Hello and welcome. We are live. Late as usual. There's always something happening. And Mark's just doing a few things in the kitchen. So he's going to be a little bit late. I've got the light on behind. There's a couple of lights that aren't working. And so I've put on a light behind, but it's very bright. So what has everyone been up to? Welcome everyone, welcome. What's everyone been up to? I'm going to move my chair a little bit over, just so I can see you better. Do you know what I mean? So what have I been up to? Well, yesterday I actually went, if anybody is on my TikTok, you will see that I went to London yesterday, central London. I went to Covent Garden, and I was with my mum, and we went to see Hairspray, and basically someone. So I've always wanted to see Hairspray anyway, but I wanted to see it when it first came round. So when it came round this time, I wanted to see it, but I was thinking, are there any others that I want to see? Anyway, there was a sale on for the theatre for about a week, and then they extended it. So I bought a couple of tickets. So I bought some tickets to Wicked, and my mum wanted to go see Hairspray. So I was like, do you know what? Let's go see Hairspray. So I bought a couple of tickets to Hairspray. Now, basically, she has her little, her little ladies group, and they go off and they do all their little things and that. And one of her friend's son is actually in the ensemble in Hairspray. And I thought, okay, so that doubly makes it, for us to go and see the show. But I have to say, I got us really good seats. Yeah, I got us in the stalls in row J. So we quite very near the stage pretty much. And I didn't even realize it until sort of on Tuesday. My glasses broke a couple of weeks ago, and so the actual lens fell out. I was actually I was with my mum. We were in London. I can't remember what we went to do, but we were in London. Oh yes, we went to the Shard. And anyway, on the way home, one of the lenses fell out of my glasses, unbeknownst to me. So now I can't see. I mean, I can see like myself, that I'm watching, that I'm now talking to you guys, but I can't, watch the telly without it being blurry or anything else. So it came to me on Tuesday. I thought, oh my God, I haven't got any glasses. How am I going to watch the theatre? So I ordered some pinhole glasses. Now, if any of you know or don't know, with pinhole glasses, if you can't see far, I always get mixed up with the short-sighted and the long-sighted, but I think it's the reverse. So if you can't see far, I think that's meant to be short-sighted. And if you can't see near, you're long-sighted. Yeah, so if you can't see near, that means you're long-sighted because you can see far away. But if you can't see far away and you can see near, it's short-sighted, I believe. Anyway, so I bought these pinhole glasses. Now, the thing with pinhole glasses is they redirect the light into your pupils. So they make your pupils smaller, so it lets in less light. So it brings things into clearer focus. However, with pinhole glasses, you tend to see a little bit of double vision because obviously you're looking through quite a few holes, and you're only supposed to sort of wear them for 15 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, something like that. And that is to help improve the muscles behind your eyes. Supposedly, I'm not an I was about to say I'm not an optimist. I am an optimist. I want to say I'm not an optometrist. I think that's the word. So I don't know anything about eyes. This is just through things that I've read. So so basically makes your pupils smaller and lets in less light. Therefore, you can see things that bit closer. I mean that bit clearer, not closer, clearer. So I just thought, well, I can't wear these all night because I'll see doubles of everything. So what I did, I've got prescription sunglasses. So it was in the evening. So the show was at 7:30. We went for something to eat. Went to Cope, and we had lovely. I said to Mum, I had booked us 2 restaurants. So I booked us Dishoom and I had booked us Cope because I didn't know. I had a feeling she'd rather go to Cope than to Dishoom. She'd never been to Dishoom before, but Cote is a French restaurant, and my mum's very much into French food. So I thought to myself, she's going to choose Cote, but let me book Dishoom just in case. But no, she preferred Cote, so I cancelled the Dishoom reservation, and then we went to Cote. So so we had a lovely meal. We walked through Covent Garden because we had about just about an hour to sort of kill, and she hasn't walked around. I mean, she goes to London every weekend, but actually walking around where she used to work and things like that, she hasn't done for a while. So we were just walking around and that, which is quite nice. And then we got to the theatre. So, of course, during the day, wearing sunglasses is fine. I've now gone into the theatre wearing sunglasses. Well, I must have just looked like a right, oh God, who does she think she is? Look at her in her sunglasses. They're not even sunny in here. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes you get those people who wear sunglasses indoors. And, when you're watching things like Love Island and you're thinking to yourself, really? Seriously? And so I'm in the theatre now wearing sunglasses because they're best prescription sunglasses. And the show is fantastic, by the way. So if you have a chance to go and see Hairspray, the tickets are expensive because they're at the London Coliseum. And if you don't know the London Coliseum, it's very much like going to the Royal Opera House. So it's very nice. It's very grand, a very old building and all of that. And the acoustics are brilliant in there. So went there, and of course I've got my sunglasses on. Oh, even now when I think about it, and I just think, what must people have thought of you? And I got to watch the whole show. However, I didn't get to see obviously the brightness because the lighting is very light because it's all colourful. They've all got lovely colourful costumes, pinks and blues and all that. It's very bright. The music is really great. And so if you do get a chance to go and see Hairspray, please do. It's brilliant. We got the tickets in the sale for £65 sitting in the stalls. And I thought that was really good considering I think some of my mum's friends had gone a few weeks earlier, but they were sitting in the upper circle for £50. So I just thought for an extra £15, and we had those seats are normally like 100 or over £100. So to get them for £65, I thought was brilliant. And so we were then able to have a good view. Whenever I go to the theatre, because I like to sort of be in the stalls, I'm not really one for being in the circle or upper circle and stuff, with heights and everything. I'd rather be in the stalls. Here comes Mark.
Hello.
So I'm just talking about Hairspray.
Oh yes, and, your little cinema theatre
trip. Yeah. And so so my mum enjoyed it. Actually, I didn't even really ask her if she enjoyed it. I think she went because obviously she knew one of the ensemble was in the show. She knew the guy, and I've met him. I've seen him a few times. But it was really good. I felt it was really a really good show. And sometimes when I had resisted seeing the film for ages, the one with Ricky Lake,
John Travolta as well,
in Hairspray.
Yeah, I'm sure he plays the mum.
Oh yeah, no, that's in the newer one.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So you have the one with Ricky Lake, and then there's another version, and then there was the newest version with Ariana Grande and John Travolta.
Oh, yeah. Right, okay.
Yeah, so that was the newer version with Zac Efron as well. It's not. I always get mixed up with John Voight and who is the guy that played in Slim's video, Fatboy Slim's video.
Oh, don't tell me.
Yeah, Walken. Christopher Walken. They don't look. John Voight and Christopher Walken don't look the same, but for some reason I get their names always mixed up for some reason. Not so much John Voight, but I always want to call Christopher Walken John Voight. I don't know why. It's just one of those things. But yeah, so, and in the film with Ariana Grande, because I can't remember who the lead is in that version of Hairspray, when they go to get their outfits, the two original, well, not original, but the two previous girls that played that part are also in it. So it's quite a nice scene, really. But the music is really good. So I had always resisted seeing the film because I wanted to see the show first. Because sometimes I feel that if you watch a film and then you go and see a show, or vice versa, one is better than the other one. But I really felt that they did it justice. The show version did it justice. I thought it was really, really good, to be honest. So that's my recommendation, is to go and see Hairspray. So if you haven't, go see it. I don't know how long it's on for, because the next thing that is on is HMS Pinafore.
Oh, you're gonna?
Yeah, I'm really hoping to go and see it. It's Gilbert and Sullivan, and I don't know if I've told you before, but I love Gilbert and Sullivan. I love the operettas, especially the comedy ones. And I saw it. I went to the toilet, as you do, and it was on the back of the door. That, I don't know if you ever go to the loo in the theatre sometimes, but they always advertise in the, on the back of the door and stuff like that. And I just popped my head up. I was like, oh my God, I really want to see this. I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm going to see if I can try and get tickets, which means that if HMS Pinafore is booked in for October, that means Hairspray is going to come out. So whether it tours the UK or whether it goes to another theatre, I don't know. But it's only on for a limited time at the Coliseum. So if you love the Coliseum Theatre and you want to go and see something, definitely go see Hairspray. Or if not, go and see HMS Pinafore. I think it's going to be amazing. I'm going to try and get tickets. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I hope I get tickets. I just don't like to pay to go and see the theatre over £100. I feel like it's like so much money. So if I can get it down to sort of roughly the same price that I paid to go and see Hairspray, something like £65-70, then I will definitely go and get tickets to see HMS Pinafore. But if it's more expensive, then I'll have to really, really think about it. But anyway, how has your week been?
Apologies for my tardiness. I literally finished work around about 6 o'clock today. So while Paul Kelly was setting up and everything, I just had quickly doing this, finishing off some stuff, rushed in. I am so tired. You know what? I don't know if anybody gets like that. We get to a point where you're just so shattered. So I'm trying to keep the energy levels up for a little live. But yeah, it's been a very busy week for me.
Yeah,
but studying, working.
Yeah.
Doing this, doing that. But yeah, I'm really glad for a weekend break. I'm not going to lie. But how are you guys? How is everyone? You'll be noticing I always drink this really quick. I just glug it down.
How do you find studying and working? Because obviously we left school a long time ago.
Yes, we did. We're showing our age.
Or education a long time ago. So how do you find it? And like during this sort of like, climate that we're in with, being home and all of that type of stuff, how do you find the studying with working?
Difficult. I'm not gonna lie. If you factor in my age as well, I do struggle. I've got to be honest. Work itself, I was gonna say work itself is a full-time job, but it is a full-time job. But doing that's a full-time job. Studying, there's a reason why students, especially when I did my degree, I didn't work and study as well.
Yeah.
And that's because it is literally a full-time job itself. So when you've got to do the two combined, it is hard. I'm not gonna lie. My job's quite intense as well. So by the time I finish my day job, and then what normally happens is I take a break. I love going for a walk. Walk really clears my head, helps me focus, relax, and then I go back to I'll probably do about a couple of hours study in the evening. But I'm not going to lie, the last couple of days I've really struggled to keep anything in here.
Yeah.
I read it. Oh, it's not sinking in. So...
But it could be a subconscious thing where you're reading it, thinking consciously that you're not taking it in, but subconsciously.
No, I'm
taking
not,
it
because I chased myself to death. I can't remember any of it.
in.
So yeah, it's that thing. It's trying to get back to it. But anywho, that's my thing. So
well, I think it might help people out there who may want to, or maybe considering studying while taking a full-time job. I suppose what people want to know, is it doable?
It's doable. One thing I'll tell you the pluses. So the pluses is I'm a lot more disciplined now. In the past, I'd finish work and just flump into the front of the TV. I don't know, go on my tablet, play a game or something on the so, and eventually the hours just flitter away.
Yeah, they do. They do.
This focuses you a lot more. So you regiment your time. So you think, right, between 8 and 6, I'm working. I'm going to eat between 6 and 7. I'm going to have a quick break for a walk between 7 and 8. I'm going to come back at 8 o'clock and I'm going to study till 10. I'm going to take a quick watch something at 10 o'clock just quickly, then I'm going to go to bed. I'm not going to lie, I'm happy to do that for now. I wouldn't want to do that for the rest of my life.
Yeah, for long time.
I'm not a regimented person, as you know.
Yeah.
I don't like regimenting my time. I'm going to do this, do this, do this, do this. I like some variety and some sort of what do you call it?
I think you're regimented to a point. I think you like regularity. You like to know that this is going to happen at this time, this is going to happen at this time, this is going to happen at this time. I think for me, I'm a little bit flexible. Like I feel like I need discipline. So like if I need, don't get me wrong, there are times when I put my mind to something and that is it. It's getting done. It's this, and this. I'm highly organized, and I can do things at multiple things at a time and stuff. Like I can multitask is the word that I'm looking for. However, I found sort of at home it's a bit more difficult because I don't know how to structure my day. I feel like I find structuring my day very, very difficult. Like a bit like when you're on a diet. So when you're on a diet, you follow whatever it is, right? So you're following, you've got your thing, you know what you've got to do, and you follow that diet. And it's very much, and I find working very much the same. So you've got to get up at that time, you've got to get to work for that time, and you yourself are going to structure your day, whatever job it is that you do. Like with me, I'll get in to work early. I'll structure my day because I know I've got this coming up. So I will look at my calendar, look what I've got for the day, and plan around that. But I find it very difficult at home to be able to look at my calendar and try to structure my day. It doesn't, for me, translate to home.
Well, do you know what? I find that some people that I know, they're very efficient. So they write everything in a diary, and they plan their day as well. But I don't do that. I've got to be honest as well. One thing not going to lie. One of the things I do enjoy is once you finish either work, college, whatever it is just be able to do nothing. And that I miss. I'm not going to lie. I love the fact that in the evenings, my evenings are free.
Yeah.
If I choose to do nothing, sleep, watch TV, that's my choice.
Yeah, because it's not structured. It's your free time.
And I must be honest, it does great after a while when you have to think, regiment. I'll do this between 6 and 7. Between 7 and 7:30, I'm doing this. I don't like living to that lifestyle. I'm going to be honest.
But do you know what it is? Because I think when you go to work, for me anyway, it's not regimented, but I know I'm organized enough to be able to structure my day. I know what's going to happen. I know this is going to happen at this time. This meeting is going to happen at that time. Oh, someone's going to come in at that time. So I'll need to get that ready, or I need to get this ready. So I'm very good at that. So I know if I see something, I can structure it in a certain way that's going to be efficient. I'm very efficient when it comes to things like that. However, when I'm at home, if you're going to ask me to be efficient about tidying up or cleaning or something like that, that's just not. That's just
No, that's not Kelly's
it's just
thing.
like. It's just like, what? I can't structure myself to be that. I can't structure myself to be as domesticated as that, because I've never been, although my family have always been, not housewives per se, but they keep a house. I've always I'm first generation born here, so my family, they come from Mauritius, and so they had to when they structure their day, they're structuring it at home. What I have to do at home, I have to cook at this time, I have to clean at this time, that was their structure. So when you came home from school, you had to do this, you had to do that, blah blah blah. And my gran structured her day in such a way, so whenever I would be going off to school, she'd already started her day, like, as a housewife, what she was going to do. My mum also structured her day that way as well, until she decided she wanted to be independent and wanted to get a job and all of that type of stuff. So then I was never that way to structure my day, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I then started working and all of this type of stuff. So that type of thing I couldn't structure. I was just like, oh. So I find it now difficult, because I've always been working and sort of doing things. I now find it difficult, like, almost like, right, okay, I've got to do this, I've got to do this, I know I have to achieve it by a certain time, which I can do, but it's how to structure it, if that makes sense. You always say, you should, because like I'll say to you, I need to structure my day a bit more, and then you'll repeat, but you know what, Kel, you need to structure your day a bit more, and I'll be like, I know, and I feel like I'm at a loss, kind of thing.
Well, it's difficult to do. I mean, like I said, once you get I think routine does help you. Once you get out of that routine, it's always difficult. I always found that with the gym. Now, when I used to do the gym, I haven't done it since lockdown, I'm not gonna lie, but with the gym as well, I find that once I finish work, you've got to go straight away. Once you sit down on that sofa, forget it. You will never ever end. Well, not you never ever end up doing it, but you're much less likely to.
It's true, because again, Mark and I differ. He comes alive in the evening, I'm alive in the morning. Once it's past a certain time, my mind and my body begin to slow down. So it's different if I was at work, let's say, because it's go 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 go. But when you are sort of at home and you're sitting down and you're trying to get on with something, I find that there are too many distractions.
See, now I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
I'm difficult because I've regimented myself now. So when I do work, I should have put lip gloss on. Well, lip gloss, lip seal. So I work it. That's why I'm looking that way, because I work in the conservatory. But for me, I can find I can shut, and I work much more efficiently that way. One thing I find with office work, it can be distracting. So you've got people come up to you and go, oh, and then there's times when you go from one building to another, and I bump into 3 or 4 people and they want to chat, and I think, oh God, I've got to go to this and do that.
What I can't fathom is when you have a meeting, and it's a meeting about not you personally, but in general. When I used to have to, attend them and everything, it'd be like a meeting about a meeting, which was about the last meeting, which is going to be about the future meeting that's going to happen next week, and that's what. And I'm like, how can anyone get any work done? Like how can?
Oh, but people can make a career on that.
Yeah, like how can you get any work done other than the person who's handling the meeting, who's delegating to the people in the meeting, the people in the meeting who are supposed to action all of these things? How are they getting any work done? Because they're having a meeting upon a meeting upon a meeting about another meeting about next week's meeting, which was about last week's meeting. I'm like, I sit there and thinking,
And I'm just glad it's Friday.
Yes.
So we are Friday. We made it to the end of the week. That's one thing I am so
it's
pleased
Friday
about.
Then.
It's Saturday, Sunday. I should you should drive the car and I do the dance while we.
I ain't got my glasses.
No, I know you can't see.
I've only got my sunglasses.
Yeah, just wear your glasses.
Just wear my sunglasses. Yeah, if it's sunny, I can drive. Yeah, no problem. Got my sunglasses. They're prescription. But the other ones are broken. I need to go and get them fixed. Because wearing my sunglasses in the theatre was just.
That's funny. You look like a right diva.
She's
Mariah Carey.
Yeah, I'm like there with my sunglasses on, watching. I'm like, really, seriously, but yeah.
So, what is everybody's favourite day of the week? Is it, now the obvious one is always Saturday, but do people prefer Friday because you've got the whole weekend to go? Or do people prefer Sunday because you've had that rest period and do it? Or are you one of those people that prefer the weekday?
I prefer a Friday, but it's very much like, do you know, remember when I tell you about getting on a flight?
Yeah.
What's my favorite?
Yes.
What is my favorite part of the holiday?
Now that's interesting, right? Because Kelly, we had this discussion about when we go on holiday. I said to Kelly, "What is your favorite part of the trip?" And Kelly said, "Going the airport to the holiday." Now, for me, that's just bizarre because for me, I think you're not even. I know what she's saying because it's that preemption of going on holiday. But for me, it's got to be when you're there. My favorite bit, so I was going to say, my favorite bit is when you've checked in. You've gone up to your room and you open your room and you go inside because you know you've got the whole holiday ahead of you. You've arrived. I hate the travel. So the travel's all out the way. I'm there, ready to go. But yours is actually in the airport.
Mine is because, you know, when you get to the airport, you've done all your packing. You've done all your. If you've forgotten anything, it's too late. Yeah, it's too late. It doesn't matter. It's done. So, you know, I packed my suitcase, I've got all the passports, I've got all the itineraries and all of that type of stuff. Money's been paid, all of that. We're going. And so having breakfast at the airport before you're about to get on the plane is my favorite part of the holiday because I know that it's only now the flight, collecting our luggage, and then
yeah on off. No, that's for me. I think for me, that's what I do. I hate the travel. That bit is the bit I dislike the most. So the fact that you're at the hotel, all that is behind you. Yes, you've got to go home. Yes, you've got to do the travel there, but you've got the whole holiday. And if it's a 2 or 3 week, you've got 2 or 3 weeks to enjoy.
Yeah.
And that for me is the best thing. You know, you got go in, unpack, you're there. The worst bit for the holiday, as I think for me, is the obvious one. For me, I hate it when it's at the last day and you've got all that traveling to go back. You don't even want to go back. What?
See, well, all right. So it's your last day.
Not the last day, the day you're leaving.
Yeah, so it's your last day, the day that you're leaving. So you're due to take your flight. Do you now? My cousin.
Is it though? Because I always think the last day is the day before you. I always see that as my last day of the holiday.
Oh, really?
I don't count the day you leave as the last day.
But now we're just about to go on to that. So, my cousin, when it's the last day, as in the flight day, he wants to leave early in the morning and leave.
Oh, yeah,
whereas I like to leave a lot later, so I've got the whole day to reap the benefits. The last dying flecks of the holiday. What do you prefer?
See, that's a difficult one. That is a really and actually, fact, Kelly and I have discussed this before. So basically, the options, as Kelly is saying, are: do you prefer to leave the hotel early and then get a flight immediately? Say just for example, let's for argument's sake, it is overseas. Do you want to take your flight immediately, or do you prefer to check out, spend the day at the place that you're at, and then fly or travel later? And do you know what? I can't make my mind up on this one. Some of me thinks I actually want to go straight afterwards. As soon as I check out, that's it. My holiday is over, and then just go home. I do get. It's kind of bittersweet because when we're wandering around, I just think, I just want to stay. I don't want to go out, So part of me, I'm. Do you know, the older I get, the more I'm angling on the side. As soon as I checked out, I just want to go.
Oh, really?
Yeah. As soon as now I'm getting older, I just want to get out of here.
I think for me, I like to maximize my time because we're going to be a long time here. It's going to be a long time before we're able to go on holiday again. So I rather leave a lot later and have a full day there and take the flight at 8 o'clock or whatever it is, 8 or 9 o'clock, because I'm going to spend enough time not being on holiday.
See, now I'm different. The way I view it is, I think, right, I've accepted we're going home. I've accepted that's it. It's done. I think now I need to get home and then get back into to routine mode. So the quicker I get back, the quicker I can wash all my clothes, get my head around sorting stuff out, unpack stuff, all of that. I've accepted now. That's it. Yeah. The nice bit's gone.
See, what I normally do is I normally book our flight back on a Thursday. So we normally arrive back on a Friday. So then you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday to get yourself sorted before you have to go to work on Monday. That's how I plan our holidays, right? Now, my problem is if you, it's very much like when they say, oh yeah, you're a long time dead, so live your life as much as you can. So you're a long time now going to be at work before your next holiday. Why would I?
Yeah, but the other way to look at it, are you prolonging the pain? So what I find as well, let's imagine that, okay, it's our last, well, we'll come to the agreement of what last day is, but we'll leave today.
Right.
Or tomorrow. Let's say we're due to leave tomorrow. So we're at the hotel. Let's imagine we're in Florida. We check out at 11. We've had a fantastic time. And then we leave our bags in left luggage. And then we go for a wander around. Now, you can only go so far. You can't go miles because you know you're conscious.
Depends on what time your flight is.
Well, okay. Let's say for argument's sake, it's at 9 o'clock.
Right.
So it's a late flight. I've always got in my head, I'm not going to enjoy that day because I know I've got to go. And I'm going to have, all I'm thinking about is, right, I've got to get this, I've got to get this organised, I've got to get the taxi organised, I've got to get back to the airport organised, I've got to arrange this.
I organise all of that.
So, and you've got all those things in your head going. And so for me, I think that's why I don't enjoy.
Do you know what it is? I think, like, when I go with, like, family members, they know they don't have to worry about that sort of thing because I've already sorted all of that. So all they know is, oh, I've just got to be, I'll say, right, we just need to be back here at 5. So you can do whatever you want, but you know you've got to be back at 5. But they don't worry about the taxis and things like that because I've already planned all of that. So the only thing that you have to sort of think about is getting from the hotel to the car, and then from the car to the airport. The only thing that I don't like coming back is that sometimes, and this happens a lot of the time whenever we're coming back from Vegas but mainly from Florida, they're doing works at the airport and they've rejigged something and you have to, and what I also don't like is you have to take like a shuttle, like the shuttle train from one end to the other. I don't care for really. But I do love holiday and I like to prolong it as long as possible.
So we'll throw that
two schools of thought.
So we'll throw that out to you guys. Yeah. What do you prefer? Do you prefer when you have your holiday over? Do you prefer to just go home, that's it? Or do you want to stay at the place and maximize it as much as you can?
Yes.
And if you do, why do you prefer that? So Kelly's given her reasons why she wants to stay. And I do get it. You maximize the stay. If you can get into that mindset where I'm going to squeeze every bit of enjoyment out until I go, then fine. But for me, that's my mindset. Because I think also what does influence my decision is that I do not like traveling. I hate flying.
Yeah.
So I'm just nervous that whole day. You just think, oh, I got to fly. Oh God, it's going to be fly. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that point of view.
I'd rather just get it over and done with and get out.
But one day we'll have to book a flight earlier, and then you'll have a basis of comparison because you don't have a basis of comparison at the moment. I think you're just thinking, yeah. Because I understand what you're saying, but for me, like I like to maximize the day, so
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how we're going to do it because with me, I know that I'd be mightily upset not to spend the day wherever we are.
To be honest with you, I think we'll just stick with your way because I'm not, like I said, it's not a deal breaker for me. But yeah, I for me, that's just what I prefer.
The last remnants of the pool, if you want to stay and have a pool day. Or, like when we were in Mauritius, we had the whole day. And what was nice was they gave us half an hour of a room where we could just go and freshen up, have a shower and all of that before we went to fly. And that was really good. And what another friend of mine does is she packs up all of her stuff, checks out, and then goes and checks into another hotel in another room that's cheaper because she'll book her flight very late. So then she's at least got a room so she's paid for an extra night.
Red-eye flight.
Yeah, and she'll book a really late night flight, but she's got the whole day. She'll go leave her luggage in the room, go for a shower and all of that, and that's how she handles her sort of holiday. I have thought about that before, where we because they do rooms where you have like a day rate and you can just have a
Yeah.
room for a day. So I wouldn't look into that next time actually, and
There-
then get a late flight, an even later flight, have the day there and all of that type of stuff.
There you
Really.
go. A little tip from Kelly. So you can look for day rates or late checkouts if you want to, and then try and book your flight later. But again, it depends how you travel. So for staycation, now it'd be interesting actually. It might even change my opinion for staycations because I'm just thinking, well, but even do you know what? I'm actually more thinking about it because we went away to Bath. I was actually more inclined to leave earlier.
Yeah, he was.
I'm actually, if I'm in the UK, like I said, outside the UK, if we go to say Florida, for example, I'll keep using Florida as an example, but I'm more easy to stay the whole day and then travel later there.
Yeah.
UK, 100%, I want to get back earlier.
Yeah, but that's normally because we're coming back on a Saturday or Sunday, and you dictate yourself around work. So you'll think about, I want to do a little bit of prep and all of this type of stuff. Whereas when we are normally away on an abroad holiday, I would have planned it so we actually land back on a Friday.
Yeah.
So then you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you're then not, thinking, because like if we came back on a Sunday, you'd be like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. But I always do it so that we land back on a Friday. So you've got all that time then to get back
rest.
into,
that's true.
Get back into that mode, get back into that swing of things and all of that. That's why I like stay. Maybe I would be different if we came back on a Sunday. Maybe I'd want to leave early.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
Yeah. I think because then I would be thinking about work on a Monday. But there's been sometimes when I have been at working at some places, and some people have flown in that morning and come to work.
I've seen that.
They don't want to waste their holidays.
One of my flatmates did that. Went to France. I'm sure it was France at the time. This is many years ago. And he got the earliest Eurostar he could and went straight with his suitcase.
That I could do.
Into what? No.
Yeah, that I could do. That
no, I couldn't do that.
If we were going to Brussels or to France and then we were coming back, it's 2 hours. It'd be the exact same as if you're traveling normally. I can do that. That for me would not be a problem. However, going on a flight,
no.
Now that's different. Because it takes it out of me, like all the airport going through customs and all of the and your checks and all of that.
The thing is, let's face it. So we come into London, so we fly in from somewhere. So let's say you've got to get to work for 8, say.
Oh yeah, flying in, yeah.
Flying in. I mean, even like a short flight, like a 2-hour flight.
Yeah. Even that. No.
We'd have to get to the airport at 4.
Yeah,
something stupid like that. Then you get to Heathrow. The tube then from Heathrow to anywhere is over an hour.
No.
You're looking at having to get a 3 a.m. flight, and then you'll get to lunchtime and you'll be just sitting there going,
There's loads of people who are just literally sleeping at their desks.
No.
Because they've flown in that morning. That to me is just crazy. That to me is crazy.
No.
But if you said to me, "Oh, we're going to take the Eurostar," that's different. That I could do.
No, even then.
I could get up early, check out early, and then take the Eurostar and come into work. And on top of that, what I would do is probably book a half day so that I wouldn't have to get into work till a certain time. So then I'm not traveling in the rush hour. And yeah, I could do that. Mark couldn't, but I could, because plenty of people do it. Plenty of people travel from Manchester or Newcastle or wherever to come to work for the day in London. So if they can do it, I can definitely take a 2-hour train ride. Look at you, 2-hour train ride and come to work.
Oh no. So 2-hour train ride. So let's say you got to get into work for 8. We get into King's Cross. So again, let's say it's about 40 minutes from any destination you need to get to. So you would have to, and then you've got to be there slightly earlier. So again, you're looking at...
Well, it's not the same as in the airport, but you only have to be there 45 minutes before your train leaves.
You're getting a 5 a.m. train. No.
I would have booked half day. He probably is going to start work at 9.
No. I just wouldn't do it.
But I would book a half day, and then I would, then you're not due to start work till about 1 o'clock, 1:30, something like that. No. So then you're still getting up relatively early, but not too early. 7, 8, maybe. You shower and all that. You take your train. You come in. Yes, I can do it.
No, I couldn't.
I can do it.
And also as well, I'd just be too tired. And the last thing you do, you've just a nice holiday. You come all the way over. You got all your luggage, your suitcase. Then you got to haul all that back home. No.
Haul it all back home. You've only taken your small case.
It doesn't matter. You still got to haul it back home. Hauling a case through rush hour traffic. No.
Why is that? Okay, let me put this to you. Why is it different then when you're going to take the Eurostar to be able to go to work?
Well, my preference would be not to do that.
Yeah.
My preference would be
right
not to be work on the days that I'm traveling. If I had to do either way, it would be go there.
Yeah.
Because I'm not in the relaxed mindset.
That's yeah. No, I get it. I get that.
So when you're going there, I'm still in work mode. So I would then get there, and then I think, oh, it's so relaxed. We're going to Paris. We're going to Brussels. But on the way back, you're nice and relaxed. You think, oh, I've got to go to work. Because and there's nothing against work, but you just relax.
I think when anybody works, it is quite. It's a different mindset, obviously, because there are other worries or other. Things that take precedent.
My ideal is to return home on a Friday. Return home on a Friday, and then you've taken the Friday off.
You've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
weekend then to just blend back into UK time, UK whatever the difference it would be.
Yeah.
Even if you stay in the UK in holiday, I would prefer that because then you can just adjust back to London life.
Yeah.
That would be my preference.
When we're in the UK, like if say like for argument's sake, you go by the seaside, whatever seaside it is, to come back to work on the Monday would not bother me really. That wouldn't bother me. But if we were abroad and I had to go through all the airport and that I would like to take a day off. Yeah. And depending on if there's jet lag involved, then definitely I need to take a few days. Just to
jet lag. Oh God. So when we went, that was so funny. So I'll tell this story. So when we went to Las Vegas, this is years ago, one of our first trips actually. Went to Las Vegas, and the times are 8 hours behind. So that's a huge difference. That's almost, I say half a day, but it's similar too. So of course my body clock is 8 hours behind. So when I got back, because we weren't living together at the time. When I got back, I was in my flat at the time, and I'll never forget it. So 8 a.m. UK time for me, my body clock is 12 midnight. So obviously I'm gone back. So I set my alarm at the time for 7 a.m. I thought I'm going to get up 7 a.m. It's going to be hard. And funny enough, that was the thing. At 4 a.m., I was still in bed going, come on, just sleep. Come on, you can go to sleep. Come on. So I must have dozed off at about 5 a.m. Okay. And anyway, I woke up and I thought, I feel really refreshed. And look at that, my alarm hasn't gone off yet. So it must be about 6 a.m. I can't believe it. Now I looked at my alarm. My alarm had gone off hours ago. So it gone off. It must, and the alarm is loud and it goes off 2 or 3 times. So this had gone off again and again. And my flatmates at the time, after I got back from work, said, "Hey, Ma, what's wrong? Your alarm was just going and going. We thought you'd left it in your room." And I said, "No, I've slept through it." So I looked at it was it 10, half 10, something like that. It was really late. So anyway, I phoned up my boss and I told her what was going. She laughed at the time. My boss at the time just thought it's funny. She said, "Don't worry about it. You've never done it before. It's fine. Just come on in." But I'd absolutely passed out. I am a heavy sleeper normally, but I never ever sleep through an alarm. But I was so tired that I absolutely slept through my alarm.
See, I've always been a light sleeper, always. But since living together, as time's gone on, I've become a real heavy sleeper.
Oh, yeah.
So, like before, I'd be up, any little noise, I'd get up. I'm a very light sleeper. But yeah, over the last few years, I've become a very heavy sleeper. Like, Mark will get up sometimes, and I wouldn't have even felt him get up. I'm just like, out. It's rare. But you could get up, go for a shower, and I'd be fast
think
asleep.
you've got into bad habits of going late to bed. Late,
Yeah.
Which is easy to do. I mean, they have actually said that. I don't know if you guys have felt the same, but they have said that lockdown has affected people's sleeping patterns quite a bit. Why that is interesting because I don't know. It might be because if you're working from home, obviously you can get up slightly later because you don't necessarily have to factor in the travel time.
Right.
I've tried to maintain the same, so I get up as I normally would have done if I were traveling or not, just to maintain those hours. But people might do that as well. Plus, I think it's that thing of being not going anywhere. I mean, I work in the conservatory, as I was saying before. We've got a tiny conservatory, so I work in there. But I've started to hate the conservatory because I just synonymize it with I'm there all day. And then of course I do miss it when I then have to work indoors during the winter.
Yeah.
I do miss that. I really enjoy working in the conservatory in the summer because you get
it's
light,
open, it's airy, and I think that you can see the outside. In one of the workplaces where I used to work, there used to be a sun terrace, and whenever it was sunny, you could just open the doors. The terrace would be behind me. There was two terraces, so a larger terrace at the other end of the room, and then at my end was a smaller sort of balcony type but long terrace, and you could just open up the doors and just let the sunshine in. It was so nice. And working in an office, to be able to have outside space that is separate that you're able to utilize is really, really nice, especially when you're working on that same floor. It was pure luxury because not many buildings have that, where you can just open up the back doors and just have all that lovely air coming in, and especially during the summertime, like a lot of people will be sitting in the offices. What started to happen was people used to come and then have meetings outside because the other terrace was larger, so then they could come and they would just have a meeting outside and enjoy the sunshine. And
I've got to say
that sort of thing.
Well, this is it, and I've got to say that's really helped me as well. So I'll just share this with you guys. It may help you, it may not. You may not be interested. But I found that actually in the morning, I just go out into the garden, just get some air.
Yeah.
Get the sunlight on your face, just get the air. And it really does set you up. They do say there is a psychological part of that because your body does react to sunlight.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And I have found, and that for me personally, my experience, that is true.
Yeah, it brings positivity.
Yeah. I do. And I do notice that in my mood if I don't have that. So if it was raining and pouring and I can't go out.
Yeah, that affects my mood as well.
But there is something calming about the rain.
Yes, there is. When you listen to it.
Beautiful. That sound as well. So again, I'm quite lucky because I can open the doors and I can just hear that rain. So there is that too.
Yeah, there is that. I think when it rains heavily, I just imagine myself to be on the sofa reading a book. I feel. So when it is raining and things like that, that's what I imagine. But yeah. Yeah.
There you are. So the sound of the rain. And I do actual fact, that's one of the things we were saying as well. So sometimes what I do if I'm struggling to sleep, I'll just get YouTube, earphones in, and there's some really good videos there. They last for hours. So things like sea sound. And somebody has done that. They've recorded 8 hours of the sea just lapping on the beach.
Yeah.
So much so, I think I fell asleep to it, woke up. And it was, like I say, it was 8 hours. I woke up later and you could see it was dark in the video. And then the sun was coming up in the... So clearly someone had just left the camera there for 8 hours just to record 8 hours of sun. But there's some really nice, relaxing ones there.
Yeah.
Log fire. So it's actually a log fire just burning. It's just a picture of the log fire burning.
Do you know what? I think the thing is with that, and I remember sort of in houses when I was younger, you would have a fire, but some people would put like a gate in front of it, sort of a cage. They'd put a cage in front of it.
Yeah, that's right.
But you couldn't touch the cage because the cage would become hot. So not only could they've put this to protect the fire, to protect, children or whatever, touching the fire, but they'd be like, don't touch it, because obviously that's hot as well. And I think people sort of maybe back in the day, because we never had a fire in our house, but I suppose people would fall asleep in front of the fire. That's what would be comforting to people. So I can imagine like having a log fire would yeah, be nice for some people.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah,
what I
yeah, yeah. Oh
mean?
no, definitely. We always find animals all fast
Yeah,
asleep.
fall
Dogs and
asleep,
cats
yeah.
fall asleep in front of the fire.
And just the crackling of the, whenever you watch, like in the UK, we have old things like I don't know, the Children of Green Know, or Lion Witch in the Wardrobe. Someone's always falling asleep in front of a fire.
Box of Delights.
Yeah.
We're showing our age now.
Yeah, and there you go. And someone's always falling asleep in front of a fire. So you listen to that and then you think, oh yeah, I remember back in sort of those days where people would fall asleep. We lived in a flat, so we never had a real fire. We had those heaters against the wall with the little bars across. Not even the ones that lit up that were with gas, because my grandparents had that one, which was like a gas sort of in the wall, but it was like had bars on it, and the fire would come up and all that. Those were the ones where you had to have windows. You had to have airing in the windows because of the carbon dioxide. But in our house, ours was electric, so you had these electric bars. And I remember my mum had washed had taken we didn't have a washing machine or dryer at the time, and my mum took my dad's clothes to the laundry and washed it, and it shrunk. And it shrunk small enough for me to be able to wear it. And at that time I would have been about, oh my god, 5 or 6. So you can imagine just how small it had shrunk from an adult size down to this child size.
I'm not gonna lie, I did that myself, didn't I?
Yes.
With a jumper I had. It was lamb's wool, and I didn't read the instructions. I always read the instructions normally when I wash. I'm quite meticulous with that, but this time I was in a rush, so I didn't bother. I just put it on. I thought I'll put it in a 30-degree wash, that'll be fine, and it shrunk. So I'm gutted I did that. That's
yeah, and there's specific wool washes on there, but
yeah,
it didn't shrink down to a child size.
No,
it
did shrink, but not
it did shrink, but not to a child size.
I always wash stuff on low anyway, so I was sort of gutted that happened. But there you go.
And then she did that to two. She did that to two of his. One was a polar neck one, but you know, stuff in those. It wasn't a wool one. It was one of those polyester type things.
Okay.
So one of those cheapy ones. But then the other one that she shrunk down was actually some type of a wool, but it was quite a scratchy wool, so it wasn't like a soft, lovely wool. And I remember she was drying it in front of one of the, you know, those electric bar heater things, and burnt it. The polyester type one. It wasn't polyester, but it was something verging on that type of. It was man-made. Thing. It wasn't a natural material, so it was like nylon, or I don't know.
I did the same thing. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
No, this is years and years and years ago when I was living in it's just
rookie mistake.
Oh god, I put clothes on top the and the radiator said do not put clothes on here. I'm like, that's all right, and it just went boom. This is a real big pop. And of course, I don't know what. Clearly, the heat couldn't escape anywhere, so it just overheated. And
oh really? Yeah. Oh dear.
Anyway, there you go.
There you go.
I didn't tell the landlady. Alina!
Hello, how are you?
How are you?
Hope you're well.
What have you been up to? There's a lot of questions there in one go. So like, hello.
Hi. So my mum burnt it. You know, she was only young at the time. And so she burnt it. Well, she would have only been in her 20s. And you don't really know anything at that age, and you know, and all that type of thing. But so she burnt it. But then when my brother was born, we had one of these. I don't even know if you can get them anymore. These Callow gas heaters. So you know, they were sort of like probably about waist height, and you'd put a Gallo gas canister in it, and that would create your gas heat, right? And we lived in a flat, so there was no radiators and things like that in the flat. You know, it was a big flat to me, but obviously it was a small flat. but the flat was so small that the only thing that separated the kitchen to the living room or to your dining room was a sliding door. But it was one of those big heavy doors, so it didn't corrugate. It just slid back like a back door. You would slide the back door open. That was what they had in the kitchen to separate the kitchen from the dining room. And yeah, and my mum had one of these Calor gas heaters. Anyway, my brother had one of these sort of like plastic sort of trucks where you lift up the seat and put all the toys in and then close the seat, and and they left it close to the Calor gas. Of course, it melted the plastic. It was crazy.
Excuse me. Right, I'm changing the subject slightly.
Go on. Right.
We were talking about Calor gas. Now, we did the taste test on this.
Oh, yeah.
Which we haven't uploaded yet. But so this was one of the ones. I'm just going to do it on the live. I think I have shown these ones before, but not tasted it. This is the new, I don't know if you can see that, Banoffee Nut Crumble. You got that there? So there's 3 you can try. We will upload the video at some point. No Frowny Brownie, Fizzing Cherry, and this is the remnant of the Banoffee Nut Crumble. Now, in the video, without ruining it, I wasn't enamored with this too much, but I've got to say, this has really grown on me.
God.
It's got, do you remember, what's the name of the foamy banana sweets?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't know what they're called. Yeah.
Can anybody remember the foamy banana sweet? It tastes like chocolate with a foamy banana sweet in it. I can now taste the banana in that. I couldn't have done. But I had to eat half a bar to get there.
Half a bar? It's more than half a bar. 3/4 of a bar.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm getting more into that. The one I won't ruin it, but the one we selected, I still stick with though.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, by far the best.
So, we upload. So I uploaded the Borough Market video.
Yes, you did.
I did. So, what was the thing that you enjoyed the most?
So, for anybody that has seen it, this will make sense. If you haven't, this won't make sense. But so Kelly and I went to Borough Market, which isn't it near the London Bridge?
Yep, it's near London Bridge.
Near London Bridge, that's right. I always get my geography wrong. So I must say, really good time. Really enjoyed it. Now, I'm not going to lie, Borough Market is pricey.
Yes.
But you expect that in a market in central London.
Yeah.
So for the prices.
So, yeah.
So I know, Mark, if you're watching, you would be sitting there going, how much?
Yeah.
So to give you an example, I paid, now you're going to think I'm mad, but it was purely for video purposes only. I paid £7 for a grilled cheese sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. You heard me. £7 for a grilled cheese sandwich. Was it worth it? No. But the cheese, and I think it's because they used all different types of cheeses, some expensive ones. It wasn't worth £7.
Right.
And to be fair, I'd ordered the wrong thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But what was your question again? What did I prefer?
What's your favourite thing?
All right. Started off, I had the oysters. Now, I love oysters. And the oysters I had from the oyster bar was delicious. So you'll see that in the video. Really nice. He had the Tabasco sauce. He had the lemon. So I jammed those 4 really quickly. I've got to say they were delicious. I would go to another oyster bar just to compare if we were to go back there again. But he was good.
But also, what I think you need to do next time is if there are several that are 4 for £12, you need to choose several different ones.
Yeah, you said that. I didn't think of that. I just said, I thought it's 4 for just that variety. So I just went with that variety. But yeah, I would choose them. To be honest with you, I don't think there's much difference there. I didn't realise what he was saying was that the bigger the oyster, obviously that's just years of growth. So they naturally grow that way.
Yeah.
So the ones we had would have been babies.
Yeah. You say we, but
the ones I had.
I didn't eat them.
I don't like saying babies, but little ones. And I think, again, that affects the price. The other bit I loved was, what else did we have? So I had like I said, the grilled cheese sandwich was a bit of a disappointment. It was okay, but I think I'm not going to lie. I had the price in my head. So I thought, when I bit into it, I thought this better be good. £7 for a grilled cheese sandwich, and it wasn't. bad, but it certainly was not worth £7.
I think that's going to be a matter of opinion, isn't it? Because I think there were people that did choose the sandwich over the raclette.
Yeah. Alicia, hello.
Hey, Alicia, how are you?
But I've got to say, and this will be right up Alicia's street, not so much one of them, but the other, my favourite in Borough Market, and I'm going to mark it on cost, price, quality of food overall. And that, for me, Bread Ahead. Now, Bread Ahead had two things we tried. We tried the pizza, and so it was a big slab of pizza.
Yeah, it was
£5, but it was a big pizza.
Yeah.
It's probably the same size as a small pizza, whole pizza. So it's a huge slab of pizza you got there for about a £5. Really good quality, really nice bread, delicious topping. I only had the margarita as well, but that was full of flavour. Really good cheese on that. I would, if you do go to Borough Market, I would really highly recommend going to Bread Ahead and trying one of their pizza slices. They have 3 on offer. From memory, they had the margarita, they had the pepperoni, which you had. They had another one, but I couldn't remember off the top of my head what it was, so I don't want to mislead you. But I think it was another veggie one.
Yeah.
So those are 3, and the donuts. And I agree with you. The quality of the bread was fantastic. So that doughy donut was good. Alicia said, "I'm good. Tired after a long day. How are you guys?" We're good. Pizza, says Alicia.
Yeah. For me, the pizza was only okay. However, value for money, I cannot beat it. You would be hard pressed in that market to find something for that price. That was that value for money. What was it was. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't it was good, but it wasn't the best pizza that I've had.
No,
but for £5.
You only got 3 flavours, and I've got to say,
you're not going to complain.
Ironically, the price of that huge slab of pizza was cheaper than the cheese sandwich.
Yeah,
and I think that's what irked me as well. I thought to myself, and again, it's for video purposes. I thought, well, fair enough. I'll just try it just so we can So you.
But what he wanted, actually didn't want the sandwich. He actually wanted raclette and ordered the wrong thing.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was my fault.
But so what added to the insult to injury maybe was that you had ordered the wrong. So that what I mean to say is you were disappointed before you'd even.
It didn't affect. No. It didn't affect it. Even if I'd ordered it, say I'd deliberately gone for the cheese sandwich, it wouldn't have altered me. I still think it was okay, but it just tasted like a cheese sandwich. It's nothing special.
£7 for a toasted cheese sandwich is not on. However, I don't know my cheeses. So within this, there was a Aubergine, whatever it was, and a raclette. So in terms of price, normally how much you would pay for a raclette or this other Aubergine cheese and whatever type of cheddar cheese, I don't know, because I don't know my cheeses, so I can't tell you. God, that to get that cheese is so expensive, and to get that cheese is so expensive. They put it in a sandwich, blah blah blah. I don't know. To me, cheese is cheese, right? So £7 for cheese is far too expensive. However, I think cheese is a bit like wine. You have to know which one is, do you know what I mean? The more expensive the more whatever. So if you're not in that cheese world, like if you're not in that wine world, you're not going to know if it is worth it or not. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think for me, the issue was when I taste it. So for example, a really good quality cheese I can tell.
Right.
For me, I think I've got, if you buy high quality mature cheddar from the supermarket, or actually from a
farm.
Well, not a farm. What would you say? A boulangerie or a bit?
No, not a boulangerie.
A fromagerie. I don't know, whatever it would be. From a health store or something along those lines. It would be just as good. To me, it wasn't anything.
I think that's a bold statement. I think you've probably just insulted the cheese community.
No, I disagree. Like I said, for me,
there are festivals on it, darling.
All right. So
festivals on cheese.
For me, I would just think it was. I didn't really see any difference there.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's just my personal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
On that as well. But no, I wouldn't. Alicia will think I'm posh now because I spent £7 on a cheese sandwich. But no, purely for the video purposes.
Yeah, for me, definitely, it wasn't worth £7. However, like I say, I'm not a cheese connoisseur, so I wouldn't know an expensive cheese to a cheaper cheese because I'm not within those circles. So if you're telling me that a raclette cheese is expensive because of whatever, you know, because they have their different vintages, or they have their different, the way that they mature it is different in different cases. So, you know, like you get some mozzarellas that are more expensive than other mozzarellas and things like that. There's a reason, because of the way that it's been churned or nurtured or whatever it is that they call it. So I can't tell by cheese standards whether that was worth it or not, but I can definitely tell you from my point of view that was not worth it. £7 for a cheese sandwich. But that's how I see it, as a cheese sandwich, a cheese toasted sandwich. That's how I see it. But but I can tell you from the donuts, moving on to bread ahead, hey, that was one of the best donuts, textured donuts. I'm not talking about the filling now, I'm talking about the actual donut. Is one of the best donuts I think I've ever tasted. And I've tasted a few donuts, from store-bought cheap donuts to the most expensive donut. Well, not the most expensive donuts, because the most expensive donut I've had is probably bread ahead, which was like £4.50.
£4.50, yeah. But to be fair, bread ahead, Crosstown, and also Donut Time are pretty much all the same price. They range from about £4.50 to £5, depending on which one you go.
Oh, I thought Donut Time was slightly cheaper.
No, it's about the same price, or maybe a few pence cheaper.
Yeah.
We did discuss doing that, actually. We do want to try and do a comparison. We've realised Kelly and I have done videos on donuts from one place. So we did one on Crosstown, we did one on Donut Time, and we did obviously included bread ahead in the one video, but we've never done one where we compare all of them.
Yeah.
Now we don't do that purely because we can't eat 18 donuts in one go, believe it or not. So I think what we were thinking is, not 18 I couldn't do, but what I was thinking is we could do is just link these videos together so it's one flowing video where we try all of them.
I remember we bought some donuts from Bread Ahead, and Mark said 2 donuts. And I was like, 2 donuts? I was like, no, we're getting 4. And Mark's like, no, we're never going to eat 4. Da, 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 da. But in his mind, he was thinking he was going to eat all 4 donuts, not realizing actually I have to share it. And it's actually going to be half a donut.
Share,
so it's actually,
share.
So it's actually 2 donuts each, not 4. And he's like, we're never going to eat 4. And I was thinking, we've ordered boxes of 6 before. And we've eaten them. I know,
we have. That's really, really bad.
A box of 6. And you're comparing it to 4 donuts. I don't think so. So we got 4 donuts, and you ate them quite well.
Yeah, I did. I'm not going to lie. I think I try and fool myself that I can't, but I do.
So watch the video to the end, and you'll see.
So the donuts one, we are thinking of doing that one as well. We do want to do another one on ice cream, because again, we noticed that we'll go to ice cream parlors and do different things. So we will do that at some point. But if there's any other theme you'd like us to have a little go at, try and taste or try, please let us know or leave in the comments.
I was thinking we were going to do like a sweet treats, not a separate ice cream.
Well, we could do
How many ice cream could we eat?
Well, this is true. So we might do. These are just ideas, by the way, I'm throwing out.
How much ice cream? I can't eat that much ice cream. I wish I could, though. I'm not going to lie. I wish I could eat ice cream all day. But I really can't.
To be honest with you, I'm just spitballing. So we're just coming up with ideas while you guys are there. So if you do have any ideas or things that we could potentially try, please let us know. Drop it in the comments. We will try and endeavour to do that one, what we can do. But yeah, we will see.
Yeah. You have favourite desserts, or you have favourite things that are included in a dessert, don't you? Like meringue.
Yeah, I do. I mean... because that was always the thing when we do videos. I never know whether or not to do just one for all desserts or one. And like I said, what we tend to do is when we go out, we sort of merge the videos together for almost like a day trip.
Mark likes me to try to do them separately, but I like, if I've taken the footage within the day, I like to, unless it's a bit more specialist, like Minalima or something to do with Harry Potter, I try to do those videos on their own. But if we spent the day in London, so we've gone to like the other one where we went to Ping Pong and then we went to Milk Train. So unlimited dim sum and then candy floss or cotton candy around your ice cream. To me, it flows well rather than having them as their own separate video. I mean,
well, that's that's where we disagree, because I like sort of categorize them personally. Yeah. So I like, so Kelly likes to say, if we go out for dim sum and then we go for something dessert, she'll put it all in one video. I like to have, say, let's do a video on desserts. Let's do a video on I don't know, say Asian cuisine, or let's do a video on Korean cuisine, or let's do a video just on one specific restaurant. So this is where we have our, what would you call that?
Creative differences. Yeah,
I was going to say visionary differences.
Because I think, but when Mark says cuisine, he means that specific restaurant, not like several different Korean restaurants or several different Pan Asian restaurants or whatever. So like for me, I'm thinking if you're having something to eat and then you're going to have dessert, and what I like to do is show you what we're doing in our day, if that makes sense. So unless we were going to do a vlog at home, which one day we will do, I think. We don't do much because Mark works. And I'm normally either, working on some stuff and or trying in between to fit in a video. However, I have been playing this game. It's a Harry Potter game. And Minnie Minnie and Sam told me about it. It was Puzzles and Mysteries.
I've downloaded that.
And it is quite addictive. And,
oh God!
And you know what? So, when you get to a certain level, the Weasleys have this prank box, and somebody sent me a prank box twice. The cheek of it! The first time I hadn't created my own group, so I've created my own group now. I'm the only person in it because no one's asked to join, so I'm the only group so far. And so before I was in a group, somebody sent me a prank box, and then after, when I made up my own group, somebody else sent me a prank box.
I've no idea what any of this means.
So basically, the Weasley brothers, they opened a joke shop.
Yeah,
but they're pranksters, right? So on this game, there is a box which you wind it up, like a Jack in the Box.
Oh, right.
But it's a prank that comes out. So it could be a prank to help you or a prank to not help you.
Oh, okay.
And somebody, or I don't know if it's the same person or two different people, have sent me. So I've received 2 prank boxes.
Oh, and can they select if it's good or bad, or is it just random?
No, it's just random.
Oh, I see. So but they might have done it on the hope that you get a nice prank. Maybe
you think nice prank?
Well, you never know.
Anyway, on the first one, I couldn't see who it was. On the second one, you can see who sent you the prank because now I've made my own group. So prior to me making a group, now I think about it, it might have been So basically, I'm now in a list. So I'm second, and this other girl is first in the list. And then now there's other people that have joined the list and they're all going down the list. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like number 2. So now when I think about it, before I did the group, I'm thinking now she sent me the prank. So now I've just realized that now I will send it. I will send the prank. So we'll see.
So if you are doing the prank, you better be one.
Yeah, because now you're getting one.
Now you're getting one. Actually, in fact, we were thinking of doing that as well. So because we do lives every week without fail, we were thinking perhaps at one time we could theme it, and you could possibly do that as a theme. So if anybody is into Harry Potter gaming, we might do one live. Well, actually, you'll do all the talking because this means absolutely nothing to me. We could do one live to share ideas and do that, or another theme. So we were thinking about, because what we tend to do in the lives is we just go for it. We don't script it. We don't ad-lib it.
We don't come up with a specific theme. We normally talk about.
We just gabble.
Yeah, we talk about what we're going to do and what we've done, and then we incorporate things that we enjoy, like holidays, restaurants, food, that type of thing. And once we are clear to travel, and I don't mean on this traffic light system business where you could be abroad and then all of a sudden it goes to red and then you're having to self-isolate somewhere costing however many thousands. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when the flow of travel opens up properly and we can travel, you will then see a lot more travel videos. You will we will try and do some staycation, so you may see some staycation videos. But on the whole, with regards to our travel videos, it won't be until maybe we come off the traffic light system, I think.
Well, and you never know when that will be. It might be sooner than we think.
It
They
might,
are
hopefully.
actually, they've reduced the number of red listed ones.
Okay.
Massively so. So let's hope we'll be out there soon.
Oh, can't wait.
Which will be brilliant, which will be really, really good.
Yeah, can't wait.
But in the interim, we will be doing a lot more videos at home.
Yes.
Well, I say at home in the UK.
In the UK. So if you have any ideas when we do a live that you want to talk about a theme of something, as long as it's not offensive to anybody, and things like that, we will happily talk about it and drive that conversation. So, or drive that theme, should you wish to. So if you have a theme in mind, please let us know, and just talk to us and things like that, and we'll
Sorry, I've just one of my old English teachers when I was at school many years ago. She used to, when every so often you always get that essay given to you as a kid, as you can write an essay on anything you like. But she'd always say you can write an essay on anything you like as long as it's not obscene or pornographic. So that's,
and there you go.
And so that's probably the same thing we would have here.
So yeah, because we don't come on scripted, really. We don't think to ourselves, oh, do you know what, this is what we're going to talk about, because we don't. If you say, if we lived in Florida or if we lived in Vegas, and I use those terms because those are the types of holidays that Mark and I would go on. And you could then do you could talk about a specific park, let's say. So you could talk about Epcot, and then you could do your whole live on the subject of Epcot, what you like, what you don't like, what did you do that was new that day, all of that type of stuff, what's coming up, what's been in the past, and all of that type of stuff. But we don't have anything like that here, really, or close by.
We do. I mean, we're parks, but they're nothing on the scale that you would get in the US. So, for example, there's Thorpe Park, Chessington World of Adventures, Blackpool, but they're nowhere near the level.
But also, we don't live in those areas to be going to them every day.
But we live in a big city.
Yeah, to bring you news on. But that's what we do. We bring them news on London, don't we? We hope we bring you news on London.
Food on London, yeah.
Food on London. And also, if you follow us on TikTok, you'll see. You would have seen that I went to Hairspray and did a quick little thing on that. I don't normally talk on the TikToks, so they normally just usually set to music. I've done a quick scan around of where I am and all of that type of stuff. But I think that if we did live somewhere where there was a theme park, and theme parks that people were interested in, and again, you can only go at certain times of the year, because normally theme parks are only packed when it's hot. And years ago, I don't know if it's the same now, but years ago, they would close down for the winter. So they would only be open during the summertime and then closed in the wintertime. I don't know if that's the same now.
Well, that may change, because they are thinking about opening a Paramount studio in Kent. So that may happen. Now, it has been in the pipeline and I've mentioned this before, for many years. Originally, it was going to be built in 2008. And it never took off the ground. But they are saying it's looking slightly more likely it's going to take place. It will take a good 3 to 5 years to complete. However, it's a huge park that they are planning on building in Kent. So we will. I always check it regularly to see if it's going ahead, if it won't do so. We will keep you informed on that. I mean, I know that's many years to go, but we will keep you informed on
and
what is going on.
God, it would be ages before that will be
it will be many years before.
Built and everything else.
Because if you're interested, do Google it. Paramount Studios in Kent. You will see the plans. So the plans are online. You can actually see an artist's impression of how it will potentially look if it goes ahead. But that was quite news to me. I was actually shocked because I think we were and the only reason it came to light was Kenny and I were when we were in the States. I thought, why is there nothing like this in England? So I googled it, future theme parks in UK, and this came up. So I read it, looked at the plans, and I've been sort of checking it ever since. So we will keep you posted, or I'll keep checking it anyway, just for future lives.
Because when they were thinking about doing Euro Disney, we were one of the places that they did consider. But of course, because we don't have the weather, and I don't know what happened with, I don't know if we were outbidded because they were bidding for the project, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was because we were outbidded, but also whether it was because we just, in the summertime, when you go to France, they have like a real proper hot summer. But it's the weather in the UK so unpredictable. Like when we had weather last year, that was brilliant last year. This year, not so good. So you can't really predict. Whereas pretty much in France, you can pretty much predict every summer is going to be hot.
I don't think the weather was the deciding factor. So I did read up on it, and again, I don't know how accurate this is, but they apparently Disney always wanted. So it was built in '92, I believe, maybe in slightly earlier, maybe slightly later, but it's around early '90s. And apparently, Disney had always favoured France, and the reason, two reasons really. France is just so central in Europe because it's going to be Euro Disney. All train links around Europe pretty much go into France. So you've got obviously the Eurostar, although I'm not sure the Eurostar was built back then. But anyway, but all, Germany, Italy, Spain, all the countries will have access into Paris. So that was one of the main reasons why, just because of the central location.
Yeah.
So Paris was always number one choice. Britain wasn't really considered. The only reason apparently Disney were semi-considered Britain was Margaret Thatcher, who was Prime Minister at the time, offered huge tax breaks to Disney to have it in the UK. So they did toy with that idea because that did tempt them.
Yeah.
Because they thought, well, actual fact, we could save a lot on tax by having it in the UK. But I think the deciding factor was always France was always the favourite. Paris was always the favourite. Paris was always their go-to one. They considered it, but England wasn't, or Britain wasn't really in the running. It was always going to be Paris.
Because yeah, I mean, I have been there, and it's quite nice. But I did go there when it was cold. It wasn't. It wasn't a hot day that day. And it was cold. And yeah, it was all right.
I've never been.
It's very weird because it is like you are walking into Magic Kingdom in Florida, let's say. I can't remember what castle. I always get mixed up with what castle's where. But when you go there, it's really weird because, well, for me, it was weird because it was cold. That was the first thing. And everybody spoke French. Not that they wouldn't do because it's France, but it was weird that they weren't speaking with an American accent.
Well,
they weren't speaking English with an American accent. It was very weird.
And apparently the other thing is what they were saying about Euro Disney is that it has lost money every single year it's been in place since '92. I think they were saying the year before 2018, which is the year on 2019, the year before the pandemic, were the only years it actually turned a profit. But it has hemorrhaged money all the way through. And I have read reviews. Now, again, this is just people's opinion. So I've never been to Euro Disney, but they were saying as a result of that, you can see some areas of it are quite shabby because I think Disney are reluctant to invest money in something that's just a money losing or has lost so much money. But again, that has a knock-on effect because you're less likely to go somewhere where it's not painted, it's not kept up. But again, these are just articles that people have said, it was a bit shabby. Did you find it shabby or not really? But I've never been, so that's why.
It's not that I found it shabby, although I did, because I didn't want to use that word.
Yeah, maybe that's the wrong word. But
but it wasn't as
maintained.
Yeah, it wasn't as maintained as it is in Florida. and I think I went to another place. It was Salou, about an hour or two outside of Barcelona, and they have Portaventura there, which is almost like a little bit like a cross between a Universal and not so much Disney, more on the Universal side, and it's called Portaventura. And when you go there, again, you have these roller coasters and things like that, and I don't know if it comes under Universal, but I know it comes under one of the. I'm sure it comes under one of the US parks, and again, and I don't like to use the word, but it was almost like the poor relative.
Oh dear. But I had read that they one of the criticisms was and I think that's the reason why Disney hadn't invested, is probably the best word, as much as they would do in their Florida and California locations, is for that reason.
Yeah.
And it makes sense if something's hemorrhaging, or not hemorrhaging money, but if something isn't turning a profit, you think, well, then you're in that dilemma. Well, this is it. You're in that dilemma. Do I put more money in an attempt to try and get more people to come in, so I spruce it up, make it look good, or do I just cut my losses and just think to myself, look, this is just going to run as is? Now the downside to that, I might get even fewer visitors, but then if that's the case, so be it.
But I think that's like the thing of having a store in London, the equivalent of having a store in London, right? You won't make a profit, but you have it there for the kudos.
You mean Central London, yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like it's the same thing. It may not turn a profit, but you have it there for the kudos, I suppose.
Well, there is that
to have something that people can visit and afford to visit, rather than because going there, the tickets are expensive,
Yeah, well, this is
the
it.
tickets are expensive.
But they have to, but that's the irony of it. They've got to keep them expensive to at least try and nullify the losses.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be the fact that Disney just thought, well, actual fact, we turn a profit. They turn a huge profit in the Florida one, and also a profit on the California one. So it might be that that's enough to mitigate against the losses in the Paris one. I don't know. But Paris one, to be fair, like I said, just pre-pandemic, obviously we can't include the pandemic because there was no visitors. But pre-pandemic, it was making cash. It was making money. And it was the first time it had turned a profit since it, like I said, this is what I read, since it began.
But what you have to think about with the California one and the Florida one is, for us, it's hot all year round. France is not hot all year round.
No, but
so it they had to go in with a vision that it would lose money.
Well, no, not necessarily. I mean, the thing is as well, I'm not, like I said, I haven't been.
Yeah.
But me personally, I'm not a business person, but I would try and cater it for the climate. So, for example, the Florida one works. Yes, they do get seasonal weather. They do get typhoons. They do get inclement weather. That's just going to happen. But it pretty is, like you say, all hot all year, warm, at least warm all year round. There'll be a short period that isn't. Now, with this Paramount one, I looked at the design, and a lot of it is indoors. And I think they've realised that UK weather is totally unreliable. So they just thought, well, look, we will have outdoor areas, very much like when we went to Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So when we went to Harry Potter World, the whole thing is indoors, bar a tiny little bit. So without ruining it, well, actually, in fact, you'll see it on our video, but you'll see that you go through, it's all indoors, almost like a huge...
when you said Harry Potter bit, I thought you was talking about the US.
The Harry Potter
Warner Brothers studio.
So if you go to the Harry Potter Warner Brothers studio, 90% of it is indoors.
Yeah.
There's a tiny section which is outdoors, which with UK makes sense. So if it's nice and warm, you're lucky because you can go out and enjoy it. But if it's bucketing down, which a lot of times it is, it's not really, you can just skip that bit. I know it's nice to just have a quick look around, but even then on the outside, there's a replica of Harry's house in Privet Drive. Yeah. So there's something you go inside to. And also as well, they've got a replica of the, the bridge. So again, that's something indoors. So if it is terrible weather, it's just one small section that you could potentially skip. You're not missing anything.
But the thing about that is, it's different because you're talking about sets there, and it was actually filmed in a studio, so it stands to reason that it would be in a studio. However, when you're talking about a theme park, the normally people in the UK anyway, or by UK standards, when you think of theme park, you think of sun, because you're going to be outside, you're going to be riding all the roller coasters and the Ramesses Revenge, which is in Chesterton, and all of that type of stuff. So those are the sorts of rides that are going to be outside. So to my mind, when they were building Euro Disney, France is definitely not hot all year round, the same as Florida and California are not hot all year round, but they are warm all year round pretty much. And you can, when we're there, or depending on weather, climate change and all that, it rains for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. So and like you say, they have their weather warning systems because they have tornadoes and heavy rain and things like that. But they specifically built Disney in Disney World to withstand that sort of weather, because they had already pre-thought of that. So they when they built the castle and things like that, they built it with the mindset knowing the type of weather that Florida has. And so to me, it shocks me that they didn't think of that during the winter months. They knew that Euro Disney wouldn't be as busy.
But that's my point. That's exactly my point. I thought that's what shocks me, that they didn't design it for a European climate. I mean, the other thing you've got to remember is, now you say the rides, the majority of rides in Disney are indoors.
Yeah, but I'm talking about in Chessington and things like that.
Yeah, I know, but Chessington's different. I'm talking about we're talking about Disney.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that it would have made more sense to design it so it's predominantly indoors than rather than outdoors. That's how I would have done it.
Yeah, 100%. But also, when you think of Magic Kingdom, a lot of the rides are outside. There are some rides that are inside, but the Euro Disney is based on Magic Kingdom. So while you have things like It's a Small World is inside, and
Haunted Mansion is inside.
Haunted Mansion is inside and things like that. You also have all the outdoor circus stuff.
Yeah, there's a Space Mountain
outside.
Which is outside.
The roller coasters are outside. I'm thinking of Test Track, but that's not at Magic Kingdom. But all it's based for outside. The majority of people you will see is outside. So when you are approaching the castle, all of that is outside. So you have all your shops. So you're going up Main Street, all your shops are outside, then it's all open, the castle's outside. And then you go to the left and you have your restaurants. You go to the right and you have your restaurants. And then when you go underneath, you've got the people mover and things like that. So while you are inside for a lot of the rides, the park is made so that you can be inside and outside, so people can enjoy the outside while people are doing inside rides. You can't all be inside at the same time.
No, you can't.
You cannot be all inside at the same time. You cannot all be out. Well, you could be outside spread out all at the same time. However, you're not all going to be. Hence the queues. The queues, when you have the queues, you're not standing being shielded from the rain. You're going to be in that. If you're standing outside queuing, you're going to be in that rain. So that's why I think in my mind that they didn't have the forethinking of they were going to lose money during the winter months, because it stands to reason during the winter months as well, you yourself will be building up. You yourself, if it was me and I'm going away for the winter months, it's not going to be France. It's going to be to a hot country.
Yeah, but you're saying that, but also you've got to remember they cater it for a European audience. A lot of Europeans cannot get to the States for various reasons. Cost, excuse me. So that's what it's catered for. So they capture the European market. So those that don't come across over to Florida. Now, Brits tend to go over to, if they're going to go to Disney, they're going to go to Florida, but they will also go to Paris because it's close by.
They will go to Paris. When I went, it wasn't as busy. As I said, it was during the winter. But my only thing was, they must have known it was going to lose money. You cannot go into it not knowing that it wasn't going to lose money.
No, I mean,
because that's crazy.
No, but no business goes into something knowing it's going to lose cash. I mean, I think they would have done a So think about it. Their plan would have been, we're going to build Disney here. There's 3-4 billion people in Europe. Let's say a percentage of that. So it's a bigger target audience, believe it or not, than the US.
Yeah.
So in their heads, they would have thought, well, we'll capture all those people that cannot afford to go to the States. They will go to
Bit of Disney magic.
Now, of course, you'll factor in some countries are more affluent than others. Some people are more affluent than others. So you'll get people there going there. I think they thought they would capture the entire French market, the UK market, the German market. Probably the Spanish would always want to go, and the Italian would go, possibly then further east as well. Some countries there, so maybe the Scandinavian countries, Belgium, the Dutch would start coming in. But I think in reality, something has gone wrong somewhere for them not to turn this profit. So either Europeans just don't want to pay that fee. I don't know what it is. I don't know, but something that hasn't quite worked.
I think for me, if I was judging it on weather, I would only go in the summertime. That's what I would. But I'm talking about from my point of view. There's never been a time when I've said to you, "Oh yeah, let's go to Euro Disney. Let's go in the winter." And at no point would you ever say that to me. Oh yeah, you know what I would like to do? I'd like to go Euro Disney in the winter.
True, but then you'd lower your prices then to try and attract people in.
Exactly that. Yes, during the winter months, you would think. And they probably do, but they probably don't drop it. I mean, if your tickets are normally, let's say, £100, right, for the day, it's $97 or something ridiculous, right, for one day.
Yeah.
Right? You want to go? Are you going to drop it down to £20 for the winter?
No,
time?
Of course not.
Of course,
because of the overheads.
Right. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to pay 60, 70, 80 pounds to go in the winter time. To go to Euro Disney. That's the point, isn't it?
Oh, so Sam. Hello, Sam.
Hey, Sam. How are you?
Christmas at Euro Disney is great, guys. Oh, really? There you are, you see. Now you've got Sam there that's actually said that Euro Christmas is there. Did you go and did you enjoy it? Well, obviously you went.
Obviously. Tell us about it, because we're having this discussion about, obviously, that we're talking about Disney. So, to my mind, I wouldn't go there in the wintertime.
Oh, Sam said 6 years ago he went.
Right. So, would you recommend it? Did you go on a Christmas? Like, I 100% would go to Florida and be in the parks on Christmas Day. I would do that.
But you wouldn't do it at Paris?
No.
Why?
I wouldn't do Paris because I wouldn't want to be cold. You know what I would do if I would go to a Christmas market, but again, not a Christmas Day. I would go on the build up to Christmas, but I wouldn't go on Christmas Day. Same as in Euro Disney. I would go up on the build up possibly, but I wouldn't want to pay 100 and whatever pounds.
Okay.
And go for Christmas.
So Sam, Christmas Day. Was it busy when you went?
Yeah.
And also, I've got a few questions for you. You're going to go, oh, why did I bother commenting? So, like I said, I read somewhere that they did say with Euro Disney that they haven't invested as much in it as they have with the American ones. So, would you say, was it A, busy at Christmas? B, would you have changed the design in any way? So, I was thinking, because what the debate Kelly and I are having is, should it have been different to the Florida design purely because of the European weather? Sam said, I loved it. Great Xmas atmosphere. I'd say it was quite busy, but not too packed.
Right, okay.
And 6 years ago, so that would have been roughly about 2017. So, no, 2016.
That was when...
Or 2015 even.
Yeah,
I'll get it right.
When we went to Mauritius.
Yeah.
So 2015.
Sorry, the other question was, would you have... If it was down to you, do you think it should have been designed differently because it's in Europe? Or do you think it was just perfect how it is, having a replica of the Florida one?
Did you go on Christmas Day?
That's a lot of questions we're asking you.
Did you go on Christmas Day?
They also have Xmas markets there now, but we didn't see those. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, would that be outside or would that be inside?
I assume it'd be outside, actually. That would make more sense.
Yeah, because they've got a big... They've got a big outlet there. They've got a big outlet store.
So Sam,
outlet stores there.
So what we were saying is, like I said, I'm going back to the Paramount studio. So they're proposing they get Paramount, the film company, are going to build a. Sam said no. Xmas Day, early December. They're outside. Yeah, so Paramount is supposed to be building, or so say, in Kent, so southeast England. And what they are saying, and what I can see from the plans, is that the bulk of it will actually be indoors, so to cater for English weather. But I'm not sure whether or not that would have worked in Paris. But thank you for the tip, actually, because that's something we could consider.
Yeah.
Doing it.
Was it expensive for your park tickets?
Hang on, we're asking tons of questions.
Sorry.
Sorry, Sam.
You know what it is, because I'm a great thing on research, and what I like to hear is people's opinions.
Sam said, just a quick flyby to say hello. Oh, King of Europe, how are you?
How are you? Oh, thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for the hello.
How you good? Is everything okay?
I hope so.
Yes.
I feel like, would I spend a lot of money going to Euro Disney?
So Sam said, that's 20 minutes down the road from me. Oh,
wow. Okay.
The Paramount Park. Not sure how much it came with the hotel package. Have you heard about it then? Because if it's 20 minutes down the road from you, I've forgotten where it was. Do you know what? When I researched it, I've forgotten the name of the town it was in.
I want to say Startford.
No, I don't think it is. It's right on the Thames estuary.
Is it? Is it Gravesend? Is it Gravesend?
Kings of Europe says same old, same old. Good. I'm glad you're all good. We're just talking about Disneyland. Don't ask me why we got to
Euro Disney.
Euro Disney.
Euro Disney.
And the difference between Euro Disney and going to Florida. So Kelly and I have both been to Florida. Swanscombe, that's it. That is it. You are right.
Near Dartford.
Yeah. Oh, it's near Dartford.
Yeah, near Dartford.
So they've actually identified the plot of land. It's all derelict land, so they want to build on it. It's a huge site. It's really, really big. It'll be one of the biggest, not the biggest, but I think it's going to be one of the biggest parks if it goes ahead.
From the plans that we saw, it looked amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
So from what we saw, whether they go ahead with it or not.
So I'm going to ask a stupid question, and I think I know the answer to it. But if they do build it, would you go there regularly? Would it be something you would go? Well, 20 minutes down the road from you is quite something. That'd be really cool, actually, to have a theme park in a 20-minute distance.
I think a lot of local people would.
Actual fact, it would provide a lot of... yes!
Yeah, and I reckon they would get a really good rate.
Do you know what, actually, I'm thinking it, Sam, actually, for your local area, a lot of people would actually be able to get work there as well, working in the parks. King of Europe said, I went to Paris Disney as a family when I was 15, which is nearly 15 years ago. Feeling old. Haven't gone to the Florida one, though. You'd love the Florida one. Even at my age, I still enjoy going. Sam said it's been in the planning for a good 10 years now.
Yeah.
Yes, it has. And that's the only thing. I think Paramount, apparently, when I was reading up on it, pulled out twice on the funding. But the last thing I did read, and again, I don't know if this is going to happen, is that the government want it to go ahead because, like I said, it will generate a lot of jobs in the area. So they do want it to go ahead. So I think they are helping or trying their best to help it go ahead.
And Sam would get a discount.
He would
get a discount, Sam.
King of Europe said, wasn't Florida the original one?
No, California was the original one.
Believe it or not.
That's Disneyland. And that's two parks at California, which is the Hollywood Studios and the Magic Kingdom. Those are the two parks.
She's Kebab said, can you pretend to be an octogenarian couple? So a couple in our 80s. We probably sound like that, actually, and the way we talk.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know if an 80-year-old talks like that, but yeah, we probably do sound it sometimes. So I get what you're going with that.
I think that Florida is the better one because it's Disney World. So you have your 5 parks, which is Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios. What is it? Hollywood Studios.
Oh, it's quite a few. Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, the zoo one.
Animal Kingdom. What's the other one? I can't think. You've got Typhoon Lagoon and you've got Blizzard Beach. I'm sure there's another park. There's 4 parks, 4 main parks. But I can't
Minnie, hello.
Hey, Minnie, how are you?
Yeah, King of Europe said I was one. So, Minnie, we're just talking about Disneyland in both Florida and also in Europe. We're good, thank you. You?
Hope you're well.
King of Europe saying I was wondering which was the first. I knew one was in California, or known as the original Epcot. And King of Europe said hello to Sheesh and to Hippie as well. Don't forget Sam.
All good, thank you. I'm sure you had a good day. But yeah, I for me, my favorite park is Epcot. I think Mark's is Hollywood Studios.
Yes, I've got to say. So just a little boring fact for you. Apparently, when Walt Disney did buy the plot of land, it was a huge risk because obviously Disney cartoons at the time, and this is going way, way back, weren't the biggest, were popular. But he took a big risk. He bought a plot of land, and he said the park started off quite small with very minimal rides. And he insisted on having a barber shop in there for anybody who wanted to have their hair cut. And he said, look, let's just do it really simple. Let's have a turkey leg. And I think it was popcorn or something like that, just as snacks. And Disney have always insisted that there's turkey legs for sale in the parks. Were they have them in Paris, the turkey legs?
Oh God, I can't even remember.
Oh, anyway, so in the Disney ones, they will do that. Jay, hello.
Jay, hello. How are you? I miss you. It's been so long since I've seen you guys. And I hope you're well, and I hope the team is well as well. Oh, don't make me emotional. Don't make me emotional. You're coming on here saying hello.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So that's why it's traditionally set with the turkey leg and also with the barbershop, which is still there today. King of said, I think Walt's original plan was Epcot would have been residential homes too. Oh, I didn't know that. Imagine living there.
Do you know that would be
amazing.
Amazing.
I've always said to Kelly, I'm going to live in the Haunted Mansion bit. I just go round and round the ride. I love that ride. I don't know why. I just love that ride. I just find it fantastic. But yeah, I could live in Disneyland.
Yeah, I'm glad all is well, Jay. I'm glad.
You guys have been having any memorable, vivid dreams? Alternatively, do you sleep with your eyes open? We live in a dream world.
We completely. And even if I did sleep with my eyes open, I wouldn't know.
Well, actually,
because I'd be asleep.
Jason's missing you. It's not the same with that.
Oh, bless you. Don't make me cry on here.
Not on the live.
I will start crying, Jay. I will.
Do you know, though, going back to Sheesh's comment, actually, that's why we always say you're never too old to have fun, because we do really believe in that. Just keep it light, keep it simple, but enjoy life. And that's why we set this channel up, actually. So, we can obviously talk to you guys because you're amazing, but also as well because it just gives us pleasure sharing what we do and then listening to what you guys like to do.
Yeah, and just making everything a bit more light, and obviously in this climate that we're in at the moment.
So the King Europe said the Haunted Mansion ride, is that the one with the growing portraits? Yes, you're right, it is.
It is. And I will tell you this fun fact.
I'm going to go get talking of portraits, I'm going to get it to show you.
Right. When you actually go in and the portraits, as you say, grow, Mark thought we were actually in a lift. And I was just like, what? He didn't realise that actually the walls were just moving and we were standing still. That you know is obviously on a runner, and then the runner was just going up. He actually thought we were in a lift. It was a while before he realised actually it's just the wall that's moving. It's so funny. I know, right? It's crazy. But he's just I know the picture he's gone to get. He's going to bring it down to show you guys. I thought it was a lift too. Oh no, really?
Look,
no,
it's a lift. Just don't ruin the illusion. It is a lift. Don't ruin the illusion. Yeah, exactly. I did think it. I thought, oh, we're going down, and then it ruined one day because the doors opened and I realised it was just a visual. I thought, oh no, I thought I was going down into a dungeon. That was just great.
But you feel the lift. Shh.
Don't ruin the illusion. Sometimes I don't want to know. Right. So, okay. Now, one of the things that the shop does in the Haunted Mansion in the store is they have a special thing where they take your photograph. Now, Kelly refused to have it done, but I thought I'm having mine done. Minnie said the one in Disneyland, California moves you down for the Haunted Mansion, though. You see it does?
Oh, right. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, so going back to what I was saying, and they take your picture How big is your third hour? And that's not an innuendo.
Is it open? I don't know if my third eye is open. I would hope it is, but I don't know.
That's your chakra, isn't it?
Yes,
third eye chakra. Yeah. Anyway, so they take your photograph and they make you look like a ghoul. Now, I had mine done, which I've got here. I even got the Haunted Mansion frame with it as well. So I'm going to show you. So that's actually me. Can you see that? If I move it, that stupid light. You can actually see it.
And that second picture is mainly what he looks like pretty much all the time.
So that's me normally, and that's me without the ghoul. And they do that. I don't know how they do it, but you sit in a photo booth and they're able to actually turn it so it makes you look like a ghoul there. Cool. And they were doing that as well. And Kelly wouldn't have us done. I said, well, let's get ours done so people could, because we wanted to have a Halloween party so I could actually hold that up as well, but she won't get it done.
I was looking at it thinking, is that going to capture my spirit? I'm looking at it thinking,
that's what she's just saying about the third eye. But yeah, they actually do it. So if you do go to the Haunted Mansion, that is a service that they offer. So I think from memory, I went in there, I paid for it, obviously.
Yeah.
Sat down, but in this booth, they said, right, just look in the camera, 1, 2, 3, go. They take the photograph, but then you have to come back later because they've got to develop it. I don't know what they do to it to do that. But I thought it was really, really cool. There you go. So you can say, I'll let you decide where I'm better looking, which angle. But that was that. Oh, Minnie liked it. King of Europe said it shows before morning coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, Niha, how are you?
Hey, Niha. I hope you're well.
You good? Yeah, we're very well. Thank you. We were just talking about Euro Disney.
Yes.
And Disneyland in Florida as well.
Yeah.
But do you know what? I really enjoyed doing that. I'm glad I got that done.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't do it. Wouldn't do it.
No.
Not interested in it at all. But for a Halloween, and I've always wanted to do a Halloween themed party. And that's why I wanted to get that one as well. But we've not got around to doing that yet.
No.
All those years we're doing it.
Yeah.
But I love actual fact.
You keep showing it now.
No, forget about the photograph. If you actually look at the Haunted Mansion design, so you've got the little gargoyle there. So you can actually buy these candlestick holders as well. But that's very much the Haunted Mansion sort of pattern and design. And now Minnie will remember this because she actually bought was it a lanyard or a mask with the actual pattern on, with the purple pattern. Niha's going to Disneyland in Florida in 2023.
Oh wow! Oh, you're gonna love it.
You will love it.
Have you been before? Because I know we were talking about you. I think you're going Alton Towers soon and somewhere else.
Yes, you are. Have you been actually?
Yeah, there's a couple of places I remember you saying you're going.
A magic band. That was it. Sorry, Minnie.
Yes.
I was guessing. It's a shirt. It's a t-shirt. It's a mask. There's something with a pattern on.
You remember more than I did because I didn't remember that you had the magic band.
Yeah, no, I remember that. We were saying with the pattern as well. But because at the time I said I wanted to get the
is it a special edition or something?
No. I wanted to get the Haunted Mansion pattern shirt because there's a purple one.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
There's a purple one and the green one. And then Minnie said she got. I remember her saying that she had something with a pattern on.
Right.
And I couldn't remember what item it was, and it was the magic band.
Right. Are you Neha? Are you going Disneyland in California? Is that where you're going?
No, she said Florida.
Oh, so Disney World.
Disney World.
Disney World is the one in Florida. Disneyland is the one in California.
Hello, Chloe.
Hi, Chloe. How are you?
Chloe. Look at that. Who's that? I know you've just joined us. Can you see me? Now you see me? There you go. You see? Anyway, I'll stop doing that now. Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely want to go back. Just waiting for everything to calm down. And then we can start making plans to hopefully go and see how things are and that really.
So I was gonna say Niha, you can get your photo done as well.
Without the R, Niha.
Niha, sorry.
Not Niha. So looking forward to that. And I can't wait really. I think it's been a long time for us, we normally go on 2 main holidays a year. So not to go on holiday for the last couple of years has been really quite tough.
Yeah, we've missed it really. It's been a long time coming, I think, until we go on holiday. So we'll be looking forward to doing that again. And yeah, Minnie as well. You were saying you were hoping to go soonish. Well, I say soonish.
No, she's waiting for things that her and her family are waiting for things to calm down. Yeah. It's looking like things with COVID.
Yeah, so King of Europe said, it's looking like things with COVID are finally calming down at least. Well, we hope so. Obviously, there was a bit of worry about Christmas, the winter and how stuff.
Yeah, because we're still in a pandemic, but I think now it's going to be a case of it's with us. That's the reality. It's with us. So
Chloe says she's good.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yeah, let's hope so as well. Let's hope it's all going to ease down.
Yeah.
And get back to some normality
as
well.
As normal as can be now in these times.
Yeah, no, exactly.
But
it'd be so good. I hope Neha gets to go out to Florida. I hope you guys all get to go out on holiday because I think you all deserve it.
Yeah.
You definitely deserve to be able to take a break and then go somewhere nice. And then share it with us on the line.
Yes, please do. I love to hear about people's holidays, what they've been up to, any new ideas, or even if you're just going out and you go, oh, have you tried this? Have you seen this? And I'll be like, oh, really?
Now, said it was Drayton Manor I was talking about. Yes, it was in August. That's right. I went there and I also went to Chessington in August. But in my opinion, Chessington wasn't that good. Nearly all the rides were closed.
Oh, no.
So why did they close the ride? Is it because of the pandemic? Or did they just... Is there another reason why they closed it? You can kind of see why they would close it.
Yeah.
Because if someone has got COVID and they're on a ride, go, ah! Then you're going to people behind you.
I mean, I think that it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because a lot of when I was in central London, a lot of shops had closed down.
Oh, they were broken. Oh my word! So you paid that money to go in.
Oh,
that's really bad.
That's all kinds of wrong, isn't it?
Yeah, that's.
I hope
really
you got
bad.
Partial refund or refund.
I was going to say.
Do you know what I mean? Because that's a madness.
That's not on.
So when I was in London, and we've said this before, and it's so sad because quite a few places have closed down.
Yeah.
And there's been places that I've wanted to visit because we normally go away. We don't get to do things in London like we have been doing now. So now we're doing a lot of research, restaurants, places to go and all of that. Whereas before we would normally be going on holiday. So we wouldn't do as much research and do as much in London per se. We'd probably do things like Sky Garden, a couple of other things like that. So I feel that now that we're not going away, it gives us that little bit of concentration to concentrate on London a bit more. But I think that while there were things that I wanted to try, a lot of those places are closed down, and I think it's so sad. There are there are independent eateries and places like that have closed down. You can't go to them anymore.
No.
And I feel that sad. Also, there was a Disney store in Covent Garden. That's gone. There's only 2 Disney stores in London now.
No, I know.
Just 2.
When we went to Bath, actual fact, they'd actually, I was going to say, actually, I'm just about to respond to that because Neha said all the rides, the reason why is that all the rides were actually had 2 to 3 hour waiting times. She also said, I stayed in the queue for this ride, which I can't remember what it was called, for about an hour and a half. It wasn't moving after about 45 minutes, so I went out. And King of Europe said 3 hour queues.
Yeah.
I don't know, Neha, I don't know how you managed to queue for that long. I mean, I complain when the queue is really long, as you know.
Yeah.
But it's not what the thing is. If you think about it, you're there for a day. So if you're queuing 3 hours, that's just 2 rides you can do in the entire day.
Yeah. I said the exact same thing.
Oh no!
King Europe. I said the exact same thing.
Yeah, King Europe said that's mad. I hope you didn't pay the full price. And now I said we did, and we didn't get a refund. King of Europe went, damn.
I feel that's all kinds of wrong.
That's really bad.
I would have said you didn't tell me before I went in that
No.
that the rides were broken.
It's not. I don't think it's broken. I think it's the fact that I'm forgetting that because it's August. August is their busiest time,
Which is fine, but they still need to let you know when rides aren't working.
Nahar said I went on the pirate ship thingy.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Vampire.
Is that the one that swings?
Oh geez, I couldn't go on that. Vampire had a 3-hour queue. That's all the rides I did for the whole day.
Oh,
Well, no, that one. But that's what I'm saying. That makes sense.
Yeah.
If you're queuing twice,
Yeah.
and each. Well, if you're queuing and it's 3 hours, that's 3 hours gone. Then you've got to do the ride, which is you queue 3 hours. The ride
do like a couple of minutes.
A 5-minute ride, and then you're off. Then you're back in the queue for something else for 3 hours. That's 6 hours gone. That's an entire day.
Yeah,
that's it.
I have a rule. I don't queue longer for than 20 minutes. There's only been one time that I queued longer for 20 minutes, and that was the Avatar ride, which Minnie, if she's still on,
Flight of Passage.
will tell you what the is it called. Flight of Passage? Yeah, it might be called Flight. I always call it the Avatar ride. But anyway, yeah, that's the only one that I queued for ages for. And it would be the only one that I would queue for ages for.
King Europe said, I could almost understand if a lot of the rides are out of order and it's an off season, but then not working on season is mad. And do you know what that is? August will be their busiest time because that's when all the kids are off school. So that will be by far their busiest time to do that. So for it not to work and 3-hour queues is absolutely bad. That's so bad.
Do you know what I would have been queuing for? My refund. I would have been queuing and I said, listen, you did not disclose to me. I bought a ticket to go on rides. You did not disclose to me that however many rides weren't working. Had you told me before I bought the ticket, I wouldn't have bought the ticket. I would have gone somewhere else. I would have spent my good money somewhere else. The cheek of it. Absolute cheek of it.
3 hours. You could have watched a movie in that time. Nihar said there were far too many people at Chessington. I can imagine that because people are also staying in the UK.
Yeah.
And probably only 15 of the rides were working. That's really bad. There you go. Well, thank you for that tip because now we know if you're going to Chessington World of Adventures, just be careful. 3-hour waits and 50% of the rides are working.
But not only that, before you buy your tickets, ask them. Because now Nihar has told you that some of the rides weren't working, so you might not be going anytime soon or whatever. But even if you decide you want to go next year, when you go to purchase your ticket, ask them, are the rides working? So you might do a walk up and be able to ask them there and then.
So Nihar said, my parents queued for a refund. They said to them they would get an email within a week. A week later, they never got nothing.
Your parents need to chase it up.
Yeah,
most definitely, because I would chase that up.
Yeah, Kelly would be right on it. They'd be so scared.
Well, I'd be like, what? No, but you cannot sell something. This is there are trading standards for this, right? I don't know how it works with theme parks, but there are trading standards. You cannot sell something that doesn't 15 rides. How many people were in that park for those 15 rides? The cheek of it. I'll tell you the cheek of it.
Minnie said, I watched Harry Potter this morning before school and made my day a good day
Aww.
And a good start of the day. Also, before you ask, I watched the first one. You know us too well.
Yeah, I would have said, which one did you watch?
Nihar said they did chase it up. They weren't responding. Wow.
Yeah, because do you know what? I'm sure a lot of people complain.
Yeah, there'll be thousands of complaints.
Your parents wouldn't be the only one because me too, definitely I would have complained. 100% I would have complained.
I want to complain for your parents.
Yeah, that's madness. To go in there. But the thing is, if you're walk up, right, it's fair to say that if you bought your ticket a week or two or however many things in advance, they won't know at that time that come to that point, certain rides won't be working. That's fair enough, right? But they should tell you before, just to let you know, X, Y, and Z rides are working. If you still want to come, we'll be happy to accept you. Please do come. If you don't want to come, we'll provide you with a refund. They can tell you that a day or two in advance. They can tell you that. If you're a walk-up, they should be telling you at the box office, oh yeah, sorry, the however many rides aren't working. Do you still want your park ticket? And then you will choose there and then if you want to buy your park ticket.
Now, I said all the people look miserable, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
They were all moaning, all the kids look bored as hell. I'm not surprised.
Oh.
Well, Nihata, you know where you need to go, don't you? We were taught it last time. Friends Fest.
Yes.
The Christmas
one.
At least
Fest.
then with the queues, you know you're getting somewhere and the queues are a lot less. Oh, she said, you know, the main family ride is the log flume. The log flume was closed.
Oh.
And there's no excuse as well because it's in the middle of summer.
Yeah, there's absolutely no excuse. And not only that, they were closed the previous summer. That's the time to work on. That's the perfect time to work on the rides when they're not being used. Right? It's the perfect time to work on all the rides so that the following year you're planning already.
They could have just chopped down a tree and then hollowed it out and just used that.
Good
At least it
God.
would have worked. Oh dear, look, I'm so sorry
Yeah.
that didn't go well because we forgot to ask you. I'm sorry about that. So I'm
For some reason, I thought it was coming up. I didn't realise you'd already gone, so I knew it was coming up.
And Minnie said that. Oh no, that would be so annoying. No, I couldn't deal with that at all. No,
yeah,
I'd be
that's
the same.
crazy.
I'd be the same, Minnie. I think that would really get on my nerves. And the worst thing is, you've gone all that way. You're really looking forward to it. What a disappointment.
Imagine, like, to buy Disney park tickets are not cheap. And so you buy your park ticket. So if one ride is broken down in one park and another ride is broken down in another park, you can deal with that. If you're talking about however many, there's only 15 rides in one park, 15 rides in and you're going to have something to say. I would definitely have something to say.
King Europe said, oh, God, you mentioned the log flume reminded me of something. I won't ask what that is. Nihal, also people were on the swing ride and it broke halfway through and everyone's swings kept crashing into each other and it started to break. You are joking. And actually, Nihal said, what did it remind you of? Go on, you got to say it.
Right, remember, there are people certain ages on here, so nothing.
Oh, my Lord. That's really bad, though. There was I forget which park. It was, but I don't know, you guys probably know. You basically have this sort of floating capsule on a river. And you're sitting on this thing and it floats around the river and it spins as it goes. I can't remember which park it was. And they had to close it because one child lost an ear where it bashed into the side and it scraped the ear off.
Oh, my Lord.
King Europe said, I can't remember which park it was. I must have been 7 or 8 years old at the time. But we had a family day out at the park and went on the log flume. On the way down, my head swung back and it hit my dad's head. So it was almost like a reverse headbutt.
Yeah. Oh,
I hope your dad was a guy. Yeah, I said, oh my God. Oh, Hunstanton. Oh, I know Hunstanton. Hunstanton's in Norfolk. No, I don't think it was there. It was one of the parks. It could have been. It could have been there. Nihal said, my head bashed into the metal thing. Oh, no. Were you okay? You could probably actually get compensation from them if that happened. If you got injured,
that's madness.
Because they have a duty of care and responsibility for all their guests. So if you got injured,
I wouldn't be surprised if more people got injured. They don't know what to do.
No, exactly.
I will bet you now, people are emailing and calling and all of that type of stuff, asking for refunds, complaining about certain things that had happened on the day.
Hello, is that Chessington? Hello.
No, it will be like hello and. She would hear do
exactly
that is but yeah, your parents now, they need to press on that now,
exactly.
And
you could imagine it on the other end. They go, Chessington Word event, just please hold. Chessington Word event, just please hold. Chessington Word event, just please hold.
And then never coming back to them.
Yeah, that's right. Near or in Norfolk, I think. Yeah, that's right. It's been a long time since I was in that park. Yes, I know the one. I went there when I was a kid. Actually, this is many, many years ago. My dad was all right, but I felt so terrible that day. Oh no! Well, do you know, it's not
your fault. Your fault.
No,
do you know what I mean? You're an adult now, so you know it wasn't your fault. But yeah, did your dad's nose end up bleeding? Oh my God! No. Did you break it? Oh. But I feel like, when I was a kid, you used to have these fun fairs that went back. When I was younger, there was no such thing as health and safety and things like that when fairs set up and all of that. And I remember
fairs, especially
traveling fairs. And I remember going and we went on the bumper cars. And I don't even think there was any seatbelts at that time for bumper cars. And I remember my dad driving the bumper car and my head kept smacking again. And from then on, I never ever went on a bumper car again. I never went on them because
Oh, I
I
still
don't
like bumper
like
cars.
No, I don't like them.
King Europe said it's one of those funny childhood memories. Yeah, I can imagine that, actually. That is quite funny. You can laugh with it afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
Nihar said, I think this is why it's better to get fast travel tickets, especially if you're going to Alton Towers, because you don't want to go to Alton Towers and only go like on 2 rides.
Exactly.
Like I did in Disney. Do you know what, Ashford, when we go to Florida, to Disneyland and to Universal, we try and get fast passes because you can't always get them.
Yeah, you can't always get them.
It does cut down the queue. Minnie said, luckily I've never been injured on a ride, not wood, but I have been injured by another person.
Oh wow!
While queuing for a ride, they rushed and elbowed me in the arm and ribs. It wasn't fun. They were in too much of a rush trying to get to the ride and decided to skip ahead of me, and that's how it happened. Oh God! Was that actually somebody you were with, or somebody just trying to barge past?
Were your parents with? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it really annoys me when people do a madness like that. It really annoys me because I feel like, so I've had people try and push in front of me before and things like that, and I've had to say something. Now I'm not one of these people. I don't outwardly go and want to be confrontational or anything like that. But when somebody does something like that, and I'm just like, but I'm queuing just the same as everybody else. I'm not pushing in. I'm not this, that, the other. I'm queuing just the same as everybody else. So why do you feel that you cannot queue like everybody else? That's the sort of thing that would upset me. I just think, but just queue like everyone else. You know, we all want to get on the ride. Your needs are not more than mine, unless you have special needs, right? Your needs are not more than mine to get on the ride, right? So just queue like everyone else.
People can be selfish.
Oh,
me first.
It's crazy.
Moves is out the way.
Yes.
Minnie said, no, it was a stranger, and my mum was with me. And oh my God, did my mum give that person a mouthful?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Good. Because it really hurt me. And my dad said they probably bruised my ribs. So yeah. Mum power.
Exactly.
Good on mum. That's what we like to see. I'm glad your mum had a go.
Yeah, because you're protective of your children.
Well,
so
exactly.
yeah, you become like, what? Someone's what now?
I will tell you a funny story. Okay, so I won't ruin the ride itself, but in the Kong ride, so the Kong ride in Florida, King Europe said, us British know how to queue like champs. We do. We do. Nihar said sometimes what people do is that they queue and then 2 of them go somewhere and come back and push in. Yeah, that's right. I've had that before. And get back where they were and then send another 2 people out the same thing. I've had that actually where somebody's gone and they say, I was here. I said, mate, you've left.
Yeah.
You've been about 20 minutes. You'll have to go.
If you're queuing in a group and I need to run to the loo or something like that, I find it perfectly reasonable for me to quickly run to the loo. However, if they've already gotten onto the rides, I can't go back to where I was standing in front of somebody else. That's a madness.
Anyway,
but yeah, if I needed to quickly run to the loo or something like that, and I was desperate, I would then quickly go and come back and queue. That's the sort of thing that I would do. But I wouldn't. I feel we all have to go as a group to the queue. Not, oh, can you go and hold me a space? And then I'll be, the only time I would do that sort of thing is if we were going to a restaurant and then I'm like, I just need to quickly run to the loo. Can you just if a table comes up, just grab it or whatever. That's the only time that I would do it. But yeah, normally it would involve the toilet.
Yes. Anyway, so quickly with my story. So I queued up for the Kong ride. This is the Kong ride in Florida. So as I was queuing up, you go round and round and round and round all these places. Then you get inside for the queue. And they basically, where you queue, it looks like you're in a cave. And what people don't realize is it's very dark in there as you're queuing, and there's little holes in the wall, and they get one guy to dress up and he pokes his head and goes, whoa, like this. Anyway, the girl in front of me was really, really scared in this queue. And she was jumpy at everything. There'd be a moth and she'd, Anyway, this guy, it just happened. I knew it was coming up because I've been on this ride several times. And he just happened to go, woo, when she was there. And she screamed and she launched back and just launched herself back in me. She stood on my feet. I went, I'm sorry. Because he went, woo. That was funny. I was laughing because of her reaction. She just screamed. Yeah, they go buy food. So going back to the queue jumping bit, Nihar said they go buy food and then come back. King Europe said, exactly. Saving a spot is fine. It's something like going to the loo. But saving a spot for someone who spent the time there to do other rides isn't right.
Yeah.
Minnie
It's
said,
true.
yeah, I have to go to the restroom and you go in a group, but it's okay. Yeah, it's okay if you've left someone there to hold the space. That's fine. You're and buddying back, but no way, man, you get to go back of a long queue, enjoy your wait. And they eat it in the queue.
That's madness. You go and get food to eat in the queue. Come with your food. Go buy your food first, then come to the queue, eat your food. I mean, I wouldn't leave the queue to go and get food. Me personally, I wouldn't leave the queue to go and get food. I would make sure that I bought my drink, or if I was desperately thirsty, oh God, I really need to go get a drink, go grab a drink. Normally, I've got a drink in my bag, though, to be fair. It's very rare if we're in the parks and I don't have a drink in my bag.
King Europe said, queues being part of the attraction is really cool. I remember Pirates of the Caribbean, the Star Wars ride, and Thunder Mountain being good for that.
Yeah.
Wish that were more common. Do you know what? I totally agree. Where Disney and Universal are brilliant is they know how boring it is to queue. So as you queue, they made it interactive. They put things there for you to watch and enjoy. I think it was Soarin'. When we went to Soarin' in the queue, they've actually got these lights that beam onto the wall, and it'll be things like balloons, hot air balloons rising, and you can actually use your shadow and it pops them. So it gives you something to do while you're waiting. I thought that was really clever. Nihar said, I'm surprised they're never sick on the rise. Yeah, well, this is it.
Eating. Yeah, I would never think to eat, right, before I was going on a mad ride. Never.
Minnie said, oh my God, I can't handle people eat while in line because it's a thing I need to get on the ride with them. They get sick. It scares me so much when I see people eating in line. I'm like, no.
Yeah, well, it's just mad thing.
This is it. It's like with roller coasters as
well.
Yeah. If you're going to go on a roller coaster and you've seen someone eat, I thought, oh, please don't be in front of me. Please don't be in front of me. Don't be in front of me.
I remember Mark said, oh, yeah, let's go on the Gringotts one. I said, oh, Mark, no, I've just eaten. Let's wait a bit and then we'll go on the Gringotts ride. Because I think we had just eaten in that little pub we had fish pie.
That's true.
And Mark said, oh, yeah, let's go. And I was just like, no, not yet. Because I would never think to go on a ride, just eat and then go on a ride. That just would not, no. I wouldn't mind if I've had something like, I don't know, something very small, like a snack of some sort. And then I waited like 20 minutes, half an hour, and then I'll go on something like the Spider-Man ride, or I always call it Terminator, but it's not Transformers ride. I don't mind something like that, Transformers or thingy. But if you're telling me, oh yeah, I'm going to eat something, and then you're going to take me on a roller coaster or Gringotts ride, or what's the Harry Potter one on the broomstick? You're going to take me on one of those types of rides? The answer is going to be no.
Oh God, no, that one. No, because that throws you around the place.
No.
Nihar said, exactly. I was queuing for Vampire, and one of the kids in the group went to go get fish and chips, and then came back to their same spot and started eating it. I was like what? King Europe said the problem is the food at the Disney's was so good. Yes, it is. Minnie said, if you got sick, I can imagine the embarrassment. I saw as someone got sick and you're close to them is a true horror. Do you know what, actually? I've never, ever, to be fair, me personally, I've never seen anyone vomit on a ride.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but I know people that have. So that would put me off. King Europe said, oh, no, Nihar.
I don't think I would be sick on the ride. I think I would be sick after, when I got off, once my stomach is settled, or always trying to settle, and then I would, yeah.
Oh, I don't think, King Europe said, I don't think I could handle the embarrassment of being sick. Do you know what, though? I don't know how you guys feel, but if I see somebody being sick, that automatically makes me retch.
Yeah,
doesn't mean I'm going to be sick,
yeah.
But I'm sick. You see someone being sick, and I'm like,
that would make me sick. If I see someone being sick, I would be sick. Yes, that is one of my friends. We went on holiday. We were in Lanzarote, and she, had a bit to drink and everything else, and we got back. And she felt sick and she started to throw up, and I had to call my bestie, right? Because I was about to, Evelyn was like, get out, because she thought I can deal with one sick person. I can't deal with two. But yeah, it's the smell and everything. It's
All right.
just,
Anyway,
yeah,
let's not talk about sick, because that's going to make me sick talking about sick, and that's I've just had a drink. So that's going to make me ill. Nihar said, once I saw someone sick on a roller coaster. Oh, so you have?
What? That's just
The
madness.
roller coaster was going so fast that they were sick, and all the wind pushed the sick in their face. No. But can you imagine, because you're going at high speed, so if you do vomit, it's going to fly back behind
Look at him. He can talk when someone else talks about sick, but when I talk about it, no, you don't want to talk about it no more.
So Minnie said, I never get sick on a ride, thank goodness, but I saw someone getting sick. Nope, walking. Actually, everybody else has seen people sick, but I haven't.
I haven't, not on a ride.
No, nor me.
I've never seen that.
I saw someone getting sick, but nope, walking the other way, because, yeah, I do that too.
Yeah, I'd have to walk the other way.
I've been on the tube where I've seen somebody do that, the underground. And I'm walking there and I went, whoa, and then turn the other way.
I was on the tube one time, and a guy came to sit next to me, several young boys sat down, and I thought to myself, he was like this. He didn't look right. Anyway, I got up. Just as I got up, he vomited. A little bit of splashback on my bag. Just a little bit.
No.
And I was just thought, thank God I got up in time. Just thank God.
King Europe said, I think Kelly's right. It's at the end of the ride when most people are sick.
Yeah. I can't imagine being. I don't think I would have the time or because I'd be so scared and all of this. And my stomach would be like all up and down. It would only be until I got off that when my stomach is trying to settle, because it's been so unsettled. That's when it would happen. It wouldn't happen on a ride.
I think that's true, actually.
I've never had that happen to me on a ride.
I've got to say, that would put me off. Can you imagine that? Like, oh, you get off the ride. That was great. No, I think, that would actually be the bit putting off. Oh my God, we've gone for 2 hours. 2 hours.
Over
and
2 hours.
It's been brilliant.
Yeah.
I think we will end it there purely because it's been 2 hours, 20 minutes. And it's been... I was just going to say, I thought this has just been great. I've really enjoyed today, actually.
Yeah.
It's been so good to catch up with you all.
Yes, it has.
We really enjoyed it. So we will.
Do you guys want us to start the live slightly later?
Because I was just thinking that.
Were you thinking that?
I was thinking that because I think 6 o'clock, not everybody can make it, but everyone seems to. So we just shift it another couple of hours. So from 7 till 9.
Yeah, or
well, UK time for those of you that are UK.
I'm just thinking that because I think 6 o'clock is just after work. Is it better?
Oh, Sahinaz, how are you?
Hi.
I was watching your YouTube stuff the other day. Actually, in fact, your cooking channel. We're just about to finish, actually. King Europe said, great stream. I was planning just to fly for a few minutes, but I couldn't pull myself away.
Oh,
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well,
That's so nice.
We will try actually next Tuesday. So Sahinaz, if anybody is interested, Sahinaz, we're good, thank you. Sahinaz has a cooking channel that she has, some fantastic recipes. Definitely recommend you guys having a look at her brownie recipe. It looks amazing.
And if anybody is into Harry Potter and things like that, Minnie's channel, she started to do her little videos for her little Harry Potter things and stuff like that. I know you, Minnie, you're doing another video, am I right? You're editing another one as we speak. So if you want to check out her channel, that if you're into Harry Potter, she's got a few things on her channel. On Neha's channel, she does a lot of Roblox. I've not really been on Roblox. So I only ever see on Neha's channel. So if you want to check that out, feel free to check that one out as well.
We're promoting all your videos. Oh, Sahinas has just done a video 5 hours ago.
Oh, right.
So
okay.
You can do a recheck up there. Minnie said, wow, thank you for today's chat. I know I come in later, but still, thank you so much. Oh, no, we love you coming as well.
Yeah, we do.
I'll give your channel a sub, Sahinas. I love cooking vids. There you are. So you've got a new viewer. But yeah, we'll do it everywhere. I just did one about 2 hours ago. Right, we'll check that one out as well.
Yeah.
So, guys, thank you so much again for joining us as well. Please just come in for a little chat anytime you like to do.
Yeah.
We love having you here.
Let us know if doing it a little bit later sort of suits you.
Yeah.
Better, because we're thinking maybe we should come on from about 7, maybe.
Well,
is that what you're thinking?
Well, I'm just thinking Yeah, well, I mean, we could keep going. I don't,
Yeah,
as I say as
yeah.
well. The only thing is, sorry, I had such a late day today, so I'm feeling a bit tired today. But we will keep going. Oh, new bit, crispy sweet chicken.
Oh, okay.
Right, I'm going to check that. I've not seen your video actually today. The last one I think I checked that was yesterday. So not today, it was yesterday. I checked your last videos out.
Oh, Neha said she did one about 2 hours ago.
Oh, you
Her
did one 2
Roblox,
hours.
her
Right, the
Roblox.
Roblox one. So we'll catch that one. Enjoy the week. I'll try and catch the stream on Tuesday. Yeah, please do.
Please do.
We will be on from 6. I will try and do it till as late as we possibly can, because I know you guys, some of you guys like to join later, so we'll keep that going. It's been fun talking to you, Kelly and Mark. Stay safe.
Oh,
guys,
you too.
Look after yourself. Have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy.
Yes. Let us know on Tuesday what you get up to, if you get up to anything.
Yes.
You might just have a relaxing weekend. We don't know.
Well, enjoy. We will say goodbye for now. Look after yourself. Thank you so much. Thank you. You as well. Stay safe, guys. Please look after yourselves, and we will hopefully look forward to seeing you on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Bye from us for now. Take care. It'll be boring at school. You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
You got the weekend now, so enjoy
Exactly.
it.
Exactly.
Okay, guys. Take care, and we will see you hopefully 6 o'clock Tuesday.
Okay. Remember, you're never too old to have fun. Take care. Bye. For now.